line on Bet Saracen. Thought it would be a little lower. And I was explaining, you know what, these computers that do all the analytics and come up with these point spreads, they still see all these other Arkansas results, not just this last one against Kentucky. And it's up to us to decide.
Well, if you feel good about it and feel good about Arkansas's chances, that works in your benefit.
That's what I told him. I said, is this Kentucky game an aberration, or is this Kentucky game the start of Arkansas making a run? Has Arkansas turned the corner? Has Arkansas figured it out, and they're about to start playing better basketball game after game after game? That's what you have to decide. And that's what I said. Let's talk about that today, because that is the key factor in all this. Did the Kentucky game signal the turnaround for this program? Is that the start of something good happening this season? Look, you know, Cal's had some teams in the past kind of similar to Musselman that it took them a while to get going, especially when he had a bunch of those, you know, freshmen and McDonald's All-Americans. Now, this team's not full of those, although there's Carter Knox who's coming and playing better. But
he just needed time. He wasn't getting time. He's getting time now.
Is that your feeling? He just needed time. He's had that time. The team is starting to get it, and we're about to see them stack result after result after result like we saw against Kentucky. Or was Kentucky one of those weird games with Calipari going back, those three players going back, the rest of the team wanting to play well for their coach, and they played above their head for one game?
Well, what we'll see is this more about Arkansas, that game, or is it more about Kentucky? Because now Kentucky has lost 4 of the last 5. So they're a team that hasn't been playing good basketball lately.
Yeah, we saw that last night, and that kind of came through what we were thinking, or at least what I was thinking. Ole Miss, although the Ole Miss defense wasn't as good as I thought it would be, Ole Miss took it to Kentucky and just wiped the floor with them. Kentucky tried to make a little second-half comeback, but Ole Miss had an answer every time, and yeah, Kentucky goes down again. I am personally, I'm not betting this game. I have no clue. I don't. I honestly feel like Arkansas's offense looked a lot better. Not the result of making all the shots, because I do not think that's going to happen again. May not happen again this year. But what I liked was the ball movement. I liked the screens. I liked the spacing. They were able to get to the basket. It just looked like a real offense. It looked like, you know, I watch a lot of college basketball, and I watch some of these teams, and their offenses didn't look anything like Arkansas's offense had before Kentucky. It was kind of smooth. It was fun to watch. They're working the ball around. They're getting wide open shots. They're getting to the basket. They're getting dunks. I'm like, man, this is kind of fun to watch. Kind of like watching this team's offense. For one of the few times this season, and for the first time in SEC play, I enjoyed watching Arkansas's offense against Kentucky. I thought they had ball movement. I thought they had spacing. I thought they were getting to the basket. I thought they were driving and kicking and sharing the ball. A lot of assists, a lot of open shots, and yes, they finally started making some of those open shots, and that'll help an offense look better. But take away shooting phenomenal numbers, I still liked what I saw on offense with the way they moved the ball, shared the ball, side to side, in, out. It just looked like an offense. Now, can they do it again against Texas? Is this something – have they figured it out? And that's my question. Have they figured it out, and are they ready to go on a little bit of a run, or is this just a one-time happenstance against Kentucky because of how much that game meant?
Okay, so if we see something different in this one game tonight, it really doesn't tell the entire story. It has to be over the next 3 or 4 games to see, are they playing better, and is it more consistent? You can't just judge it last game to this game and say, okay, it's complete, it's turned around. Need more than a 2-game sample to go on. It needs to be 3 to 4 games and see it going in the right direction to really have a feel for it.
I agree with you. I'd get more confidence in the turnaround if they were playing a tough defensive team like a Tennessee, an Ole Miss, who are some of the better defense, Florida. But with this being Texas is not a great defensive team. They're not. They're solid. They're going to get after you. But I think if Arkansas works the ball like they did in their last game, No, I think they can have some success on offense, and it can carry over. If they were playing like Tennessee this next game and the offense didn't look as smooth, I would be able to say, all right, that's Tennessee. It's hard. It's hard for anybody to have a good offense against Tennessee. Or at Florida. Florida can play some defense on you. So I pose that question to you guys. Have they turned the corner, or is that just a one game happened? Just, you know what? It was a fluke. Kane's up first. Hey, Kane. Wait a second, Kane. Why is that not working? Kane?
I hear you.
Okay, I got you now. We couldn't hear you for some reason.
Yeah, that's okay. As big as my mouth is, you should. How you doing, Joe?
Man, everything's great, Kane. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, I'm listening to you guys, and the last two games that Kentucky played against Arkansas and against Ole Miss. Correct me if I'm wrong. Am I seeing things different? The officials doing everything they can to take the game away from Ole Miss last night, as well as they tried to take the game away from Arkansas over the weekend. Did you guys see the same thing that I was seeing?
Didn't necessarily see
and
that.
I'm gonna let you go and talk about this. I'm listening to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks,
Didn't
Kane.
necessarily see that, and if they did have some help, it wasn't enough help. Wasn't even close.
Well, there was a stretch against Arkansas. And look, and I pointed this out, and I didn't make a big deal. Arkansas never got in the 1-1 against Kentucky. Didn't shoot one 1-1 free throw. How many times you going to watch a college basketball game and the team doesn't shoot a 1-1, that the other team doesn't get into 7 fouls? That doesn't happen often. It happened to Arkansas. Kentucky's 7th foul was a technical foul at the end of the game. There was a stretch where Kentucky got a lot of calls and started going to the free throw line. And watching it, I was like, here they're trying to help Kentucky out a little bit. Credit to Arkansas. They made a bunch of shots during that time. Their offense kept clicking, and not even Kentucky going to the free throw line could stop Arkansas's run. Last night, I watched a lot of the Kentucky-Ole Miss game. I'm pulling up their stats right now. Kentucky goes to the free throw line 22 times on the road, 16 of 22. Ole Miss 15 to 21, so it was pretty even at the free throw line. And Kane, Ole Miss shot a ton of threes last night because they were hot. They made 13 threes last night. They shot 30 three-pointers. I didn't see it last night, Kane. I did step away to do a sportscast, but I watched most of the first half and a lot of second half. I never got that feeling watching the game last night. They're trying to bail out Kentucky once again. But I could have missed it. I could have. Fouls called last night. Where are the fouls? Personal fouls. 16 on Kentucky for the game. Ole Miss, personal fouls last night. 14.
Pretty even.
Very even. Dogtown. Dogtown Doug. What's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, what really changed is when Boogie went down and got hurt. Our whole offense really changed at that point and really started moving. Before that, it was boogie this, boogie that. And now the offense, and you think about the Oklahoma game, one shot, and we won that game.
Yeah.
So our offense is really moving. So I really think we have changed the corner in that everybody's playing now because we only got 8 guys, scholarship. So they're getting that experience, and offense is just running a whole lot better. So, I think we have turned the corner to answer your question.
Okay.
So I'll let you go.
Thank you,
That's
Doug.
my observation, guys. All right.
Dogtown Doug. I agree with him. The offense, I don't know that the offense changed because of Boogie. Well, it did change because of Boogie because all of a sudden they couldn't run the same play over and over because Boogie was gone. And so the coaches implemented and started putting in. Calipari told us they started putting in more set plays. They had been working on those plays. That's one of the benefits of being off last week. They worked a lot on those plays. He felt like during the Oklahoma game they were running those plays, but they were thinking about running those plays, what they needed to do, where they needed to go, who they needed to screen. And with all that practice time last week, it freed them up just to play the game because they knew the plays.
And it was more about timing. So that's not to say that they wouldn't have taken the same approach with Boogie in the lineup. It was just coincidentally he's out of the lineup when they're trying to implement these things. And Coach Z said as much, that they may have already been trying to put that in also.
Yeah, I would hope. I haven't asked this question, haven't heard anyone ask this. I would hope they were beginning to do that even with Boogie in the lineup, because what they have done in the non-conference with Boogie running the team was not working in the conference. They had a lot of success with the offense with Boogie running it in the non-conference. A lot of assists, no turnovers. He was scoring. He was getting to the rim. He was finishing at the rim. SEC play began, and whether it's the SEC caliber athlete, the bigger teams, the better teams, better defenses, that wasn't working. Boogie wasn't finishing at the rim. Boogie wasn't having the same success. His shooting percentage went down. His assist-turnover ratio was still good, not great. And I would hope the team, the coaches, had seen that, look, what we're doing now is not going to work in the SEC. We need to implement some different plays, and they were in the process of doing that. And then Boogie got hurt, and it sped up that process. Because we talked about it a lot. Something's got to change. Because we're watching the same thing over and over and over for like 4 or 5 games in SEC play, and it wasn't working, and it was ugly, and it wasn't fun to watch. I was like, it's like banging your head up against the wall. The definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over and over again. That's what we were seeing. And then I don't have the answer to it. Is it because Boogie went out and then they changed it? Were they already trying to change it and he goes out? Does it coincide? Is it or just it just happened to work out that way? I don't know. But I can tell you, I believe that process was sped up when Boogie went out. And they knew we can't do this anymore. We got to have a different offense. Let's go. And they started putting in those plays.
And when they were talking about some changes, we were talking about changes. We weren't necessarily talking about changes with Boogie. We were talking about changes with others, trying to get them more touches and more ball handling opportunities.
Yeah, our suggestion was put him at off guard. Let DJ Wagner run the point some more, because he had done it last year at Kentucky. Let's let Nelly Davis run the point some. He's capable of running point. And then that might help free up Nelly Davis when he's off the ball, get some open looks. But we were just throwing anything out there because what was happening wasn't working. And it was getting frustrating to watch. 661-1037, our question. You feel like they've turned the corner and this is the start of something after watching the Kentucky game and the way the offense played? Or is that just a one-time deal? Just happened. Because that's what I'm trying to figure out for tonight. I noticed on Bet Saracen the line had moved a little bit, but I think it's back to the original 7 points. I thought, when Joe and I talked earlier this week, I thought it would be somewhere between 3 and 5. So, 3, I'm well off, but if it's 5, not too far off. I agree. I think 7's a little high, but I'm not confident. I'm not confident, not like last night with Ole Miss. I was very confident that Ole Miss was going to handle Kentucky. I am not confident in this Arkansas team to go on the road and be within 7 of Texas. I don't have a feel yet. They very well look. If the offense runs like it did the other night, if they shoot like they did the other night, they're going to win. If they shoot, that's not going to happen. Let's not fool ourselves. If Arkansas shoots that way, they can beat any team in the country, any team in the SEC, maybe except Auburn and Alabama. If Auburn and Alabama also shoot really well. Those two teams, Auburn and Alabama, when they shoot the ball well, they're almost impossible to beat. But if Auburn and Alabama just play normal basketball or below average for Auburn and Arkansas shoots like that, they'll beat Auburn. But that's not going to happen every night. But if Arkansas runs their offense, gets good shots, shoots decent, shoots well, not outstanding, but if they shoot 38, 39% from three-point line, 44% from the floor, they'll beat Texas. I'm confident enough in their defense that they'll beat Texas. But Arkansas cannot beat Texas by going back to what they were doing and shooting 19% from the three. You can't beat anybody doing that unless you shoot 40 free throws like they did against Georgia. Anything on the D3 Auto Sales text line before we hit this break? Coming up, hey, little tease here in about 10 minutes. Keith Zachary is going to join us. He's the head coach at Morrilton, head basketball coach for the boys. Just terrible tragic accident for their basketball team. Junior guard was killed in a car wreck with his mom and his little sister night before last. And the team voted yesterday and said they wanted to play the game last night against Pulaski Academy because that's what CJ would have wanted. That's what he would have wanted them to do. They not only played, they came to Little Rock, and the Morrilton fan base was incredible. The amount of people that came to Little Rock last night for that game was tip of the cap. I mean, I was so proud to see that many people in the stands for a visiting game. And then the icing on the cake, Morrilton hits a shot with 6 seconds left in the game to take the lead, and they win by 2, 57-55. They jump out on the court. They celebrate. I can't imagine what that team, what Coach Zachary went through yesterday, what that community went through yesterday. Just an incredible story, and I wanted Coach Zachary to come on with us today just to talk about his team, man, to respond like that. Absolutely incredible, and I hope you can stick around to listen to his story and the Morrilton story in about 10 minutes. D3 Auto Sales text line. Bryson Weathers from Cabot, signed with Louisiana Tech. Bryson Weathers, heck of an offensive lineman, 6'7", 300 pounds. He signed with Louisiana Tech. Congratulations to Bryson. I went out to Little Rock Christian Academy today. They had a signing day event. Look, it's going on all over the state today, events, and I ran into the guys at 7 and Channel 11 THV. They were out at Little Rock Christian. They were making the rounds. Josh Berrien, my weekend guy, he's making his rounds all over Central Arkansas today, and we want to give those kids their due. And it's not just football players. We had volleyball players. We got baseball players signing today. And what a great day for them and their parents, all that hard work paying off, no matter where they're going to school, but getting that scholarship money, whether it's a partial scholarship, a full scholarship, that is awesome. And once I became a parent with kids getting ready to go to college and going off to college, I know how important that scholarship money is and how happy it makes those kids and those parents. So congratulations to them, and we're going to talk about that on the news tonight. 501 says, unfortunately, I think it's a fluke. Would gladly eat crow if it's not. Thank you for that text, 501. And I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not sure. I don't know if that was a fluke or not. But I am excited to watch tonight's game. And there have been times that I wasn't excited for a Razorback basketball game this season. Probably, I guess, SEC games, first 5-6 games, I wasn't excited to watch. They weren't fun to watch. I will say they have been more fun to watch here recently. The Oklahoma game was fun. It had a bad ending. Arkansas had a couple of stretches in there where they just couldn't buy a basket. But it was more entertaining to watch. And, of course, the Kentucky game was awesome.
Well, they had a chance to win.
They did.
That's what we've been asking for more recently is just playing the game a certain way, giving yourself a chance to win. So they had a chance to win OU game.
Lee says, I think the guys are really proud and full of energy and looking to save the season. Coach Cal not going to let them get the big head. No, I agree with you. You can't get the big head after one win and you look at the standings and you're 2-6 and you're at near the bottom of the SEC. It's hard to get cocky, right? I mean, that's the job of the coaching staff. If they sense a hint of cockiness, I post the standings, SEC standings on the bulletin board. Guys, I don't know what you're happy about. Look where you are. You got a lot of work to do. Don't forget these losses that you've had. Don't forget about losing to Tennessee on the road by 30. Losing to LSU, who is not good at all. You guys blew that game. You had a chance against Oklahoma. You had chances against Florida, but you missed all your free throws. I mean, you make free throws like you did against some of the other teams. You beat Florida. So, no, I don't think they get the big head, Lee. I think they know there's so much work to be done. And Coach Cal talked a little bit about this last week, saying that they knew they were on the wrong side of the bubble. But the good news is there's going to be 12 or 13 teams in the SEC get into the NCAA tournament, and they know with a couple of wins they can get on the right side of the bubble. And I think that's what they're playing for. They know they've dug themselves a hole, and this Kentucky game's not getting them out of that hole, but it's a step in the right direction. We'll take more calls, and we'll read more from the D3 Auto Sales text line in a bit. Also coming up on the show today, we got Bill Ingram. He's going to tell us a little bit about Texas, what to expect tonight. And I'll ask him, was that an aberration, or does he feel like Arkansas has turned the corner? And then at 3:30, Quad Sanders will join us. We were talking about signing day. Bryant, the 7A state champs, had a big signing day event this morning. A lot of their kids going off to play college football, and I wanted to get Coach Quad Sanders on here to talk about their big day. That's our show. That's our lineup. We are just getting started. It's going to be a fun day. I'm glad you're hanging out with us. I hope you can stay for the whole show. Coming up next, though, we're going to get serious and tell you about a great story with Morrilton Devil Dogs basketball and the victory they had last night on the road, just hours after finding out one of their teammates had passed away in a terrible car accident. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
Brought to you by Floyd's Seafood, Kill Avenue in Sherwood. King cakes, oysters, and crawfish just in time for the big game. Be sure and place your order by Thursday. Food, fun, football, Floyd's.
This is Sports Center.
Last night in the SEC, 25th ranked Ole Miss beat 14th ranked Kentucky 98-84. They're led by Matthew Morrell, who had 24 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. 6th ranked Florida beat Vanderbilt 86-75. Will Richard and Alex Condon combined for 40 points and 16 rebounds for the Gators. Number 1 Auburn beat Oklahoma 98-70. National Player of the Year candidate Janai Broome had 16 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, and 3 blocks in 26 minutes. Tonight in college basketball, Arkansas State will take on Marshall, aiming for their 8th straight win. Tip is set for 8. TV coverage will be on ESPNU. Tonight in the SEC, it gets started with 4th-ranked Tennessee hosting 15th-ranked Missouri at 6 on the SEC Network. Georgia and LSU will follow that game at 8. And then Arkansas will go for its 3rd conference win and 2nd in a row as they take on Texas and Austin at 8 on ESPN2. Radio coverage for that game can be heard on The Buzz. I'm Christian Weaver with The Buzz Radio Network.
February might be short on days, but we're long on deals at Gwatney Chevrolet. Get behind the wheel of a 2024 Chevrolet Trax for as low as $299 a month, or take up to $13,500 off a brand new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado. We have cars in stock as low as $3,999, but hurry, these deals won't last forever. Save big before the end of the month. Visit us at 1301 T.P. White Drive in Jacksonville today. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. With approved credit restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Hi, I'm Trey Reed from the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission, inviting you to join me every Wednesday morning for the latest news from the great outdoors. It's brought to you by Arts Marine in North Little Rock, now under new ownership, but with the same familiar faces and incredible service you've known for years, plus the area's best selection of boating parts and supplies.
This year, we considered hiring an ad agency to help with our marketing.
They pitched impressive visuals and a script that was inspiring.
And exotic animal mascots to help grab your attention.
In the end, we just decided to tell it to you straight. Shelter Insurance has award-winning customer service at affordable rates.
Plus, our local agents are there to help you understand what coverage you need.
See Shelter Agent Monica Reiners in North Little Rock, Larissa Callie in Bryant, or Chris Allen in Stuttgart.
Gathering Spaces is showing up and showing off. This is Pat Bradley for Whit Davis Lumber Plus. You want paint that stands the test of time and color that stays true. Premium, high-hiding, and scrubbable Valspar Medallion paint goes on as easily as it cleans up to give your home's high-traffic areas the beautiful, lasting color they deserve. You can find Valspar paint at Whit Davis in Jacksonville, Sherwood, and Greenbrier. One coat coverage, maximum durability. Valspar paint.
Lion Legal is having their quarterly free legal clinic Saturday, February the 8th at the Lehman Library in North Little Rock. Lion Legal provides 4 legal clinics a year to help you with many common life issues: divorce and custody, sealing criminal records, debt defense, consumer protection, real estate issues, and simple wills and POAs. Please bring all relevant information and documents to the Lehman Library for Lion Legal's free legal clinic. Saturday, February the 8th from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m.
I scored a Lazy Boy recliner.
Now's the perfect time at Lazy Boy of Little Rock. 30% off store-wide, plus free local delivery to make shopping even easier. Take advantage of terrific buys like fabric recliners only $3.99. Our reclining sofas only $16.99. Transform your space with unbeatable comfort and timeless style. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Shackelford Galleries of Little Rock.
Long live the lazy.
Build My Future Central Arkansas is back April 3rd at the Conway Expo Center for a hands-on construction industry showcase. Students, try your hands at carpentry, plumbing, electrical work, heavy equipment, and more. Meet industry professionals and discover opportunities that could lead to high-paying jobs in the skilled trades. Teachers and administrators, the National Center for Construction Education and Research will be on site to help students learn how they can gain industry-recognized certifications and jumpstart their careers. Sign up now at buildmyfuture-centralarkansas.com.
Out of Bounds, live from the Gwatney Chevrolet studio.
Welcome back. It is Out of Bounds. I want y'all to hear the story of just a community pouring out their support and helping a grieving family and a basketball team. It was awesome to watch. Keith Zachary joins us now. He is the head coach of the Morrilton Devil Dogs boys basketball team. Coach, thank you for joining us. I wish it was for a better reason, but for what I saw last night was pretty incredible. How are you doing?
I'm okay, sir. Just dealing with what's going on. I'm trying to be there for our kids and just be as prayerful and reaching out to them and helping them to hopefully lean on God in this tough time. Other than that, we're just glad to have had the opportunity to display that type of love and affection for Corey last night.
Yeah, Corey, C.J. Clemens passed away in a car accident with his mom and his sister earlier this week. And let me start there. What's Corey like? What kind of a player, what kind of a person, what kind of student was he?
Corey was the life of wherever he was. He had this enormously infectious smile that just lit up a room. His personality was so pleasing. It was just attractive to whoever was around him as a person. He was thriving in the classroom here at Morrilton. I think he had like a 3.1 GPA. I want to say he had like 3 or 4 A's this past semester. He was really thriving here, and just a testament to just pouring into him and him being receptive and doing the things we were asking of him. Teachers were just always applauding him, his behavior. He was just charismatic. As a basketball player, he was gritty. He was the grit for us for sure. tough-nosed, had embraced the weight room, body was changing, diving on the floor, taking charges, communicating, encouraging guys, scolding them when they needed it. And you couldn't even get mad at him because he scolded you this minute and he come out and give you a high five the next. I mean, he was a big part of our success that we were having. There's no doubt about it. And I challenged the team last night, who's going to step up, or are we all going to step up? Because they all know CJ was the glue. He was glue to our team. He did the little things, the stuff that you're not going to see on the stat sheet, stuff you're not going to see in ball games. Like you're going to see it just in practice, just in the locker room. He did that for us.
Talking with Keith Zachary, head coach of the Morrilton boys basketball team. Coach, I think some people might have been surprised that you elected to play last night. Tell us the story behind that.
Me personally, I was thinking that we weren't going to play, but in a situation like this, you have to make it about the kids. That's what I felt. And so we made it about the kids. And after we got them all together yesterday morning and we broke the news of his passing, we told him there's an elephant in the room that we've got to address. And it was enormous. Like, Coach, we're playing. There it is. I revisited it an hour or so later. Coach, we're playing. It's what CJ would want. It's what CJ would do. So I left it up to the players. And the coaches were on board. I was on board. Everybody, as you could see from the turnout last night, clearly everybody was on board. Didn't have any idea if we could win that game or not because I knew how emotional we were. And it's crazy because I told my coaches, we're either going to blow them out or we're going to get blowed out. But I'm going to tell you how it ended. It ended how Corey was. It was a nail-biting, gritty, physical basketball game that came down to winning the game with between 6 and 10 seconds on the clock. That's who Corey was. He was that gritty guy. God is amazing.
Coach, I got chills while listening to it and watching it last night online. What was it like? The celebration and then the locker room. I'm sure it's jubilation, but then there's that sadness that hits you also.
It is. We talk about toughness and those things, and I told him, I said, if we're going to go play this basketball game, then we're going to have to leave our emotions in the locker room, and we're going to have to put our war faces on because that's what we're about to go into. We're about to go into war for the next 32 minutes. And they were okay with that. They understand that outside of those lines, we love on you. We do all we can for you. But when we step into those lines, it is business. And they understood that. And they were receptive to that. And I told them, I said, hey, when we walk out of this locker room, it's war. When we win or lose, when we walk off this floor, we can decompress and we can let it all out. But in the middle of the fight, you got to fight. And that's what they did last night. And when it was over, you could see the jubilation. You could see the emotion. You could see the guys breaking down. But I was so proud of them for being able to do the things that we preach daily as a program, to be tough. I was saying to them last night, we got to be tough-minded. We got to be tough-minded. PA came to play last night. And as they should, because we chose to play that basketball game under the circumstances, and they came to play and they came to win, and so did my guys. And man, I'm just telling you,
Coach,
so proud. So it was their choice. It was their choice to go play, and I'm so proud of them.
In a way, was last night therapeutic for your young men?
I think it was. I think it was the relief valve they needed to open up to get it out. I really do. And And like they said, that's what Corey would do, and that's probably why they did it, because that in my mind, that's what Corey would do. Corey would be like, "Oh, we're going to play." You know, I'm getting guys, I'm hearing guys say, "No, we got a game tonight." You know, this is, I mean, it's unbelievable. So it's great to see it. What you preach, what you try and teach kids, to live it. You know, and on the flip side, I told myself, you know, we talk about as a man being this and being that, but we also talk about as a man, you got to have a sensitive side, and there's a time to display it, and a time to show it, and things of that nature. And after the game, they were able to just excel. Timpton just fell in my arms. It was good.
Coach, you can talk to the team, and you see them, and you're around them at a lot and involved in their lives. But has the school have they done something or are they going to do something from a counseling standpoint, or maybe community, do something for the players or students in general from a counseling standpoint?
Oh, that was taking place Sunday night, and the balls were already rolling Sunday night when we found the news out Monday morning. Counselors were on hand, administrators were in the building, teachers were aware. The system in place is impeccable. We were able to get them all together yesterday. We were able to keep them together today. Other schools are pouring out in ways that are just unspeakable. Greenwood is providing meals for the team today after practice. I mean, South Conway County School District has done a tremendous job in supporting these kids, not just the athletes, but all the kids. It's been impeccable. Even, you know, I mean, I probably got 4 or 5 phone calls a day from counselors, or how are you? Are you okay? And I mean, just so it ain't just the kids; they're checking on the coaches as well. Yes, there's no doubt that every resource is available. And I told in the locker room last night, you know, we talk about being tough and tough-minded, but there's a time that you have to be vulnerable. And if you need the assistance, you have to let us know. And we just, as coaches, every day, at least yesterday, every hour on the hour, one of us would walk by and just touch the kids, just give them a pound, a pat on the back, just, you know, discreetly ask them how are they, and just keep your check on them, and we'll do wellness checks for them. We've got a great staff. We got a great community. If you were at the game last night, or you saw some of the videos, then you would have thought we had a home game last night. I was blown away.
Did you have any idea how many people were coming to that game? Did you have a clue?
No, I had no idea about the crowd that was going to. There were just things. There were pendants made. There was a picture made. There were flowers. I was not privy to any of that information. Any of that. It's just a testament to who Corey was. Corey touched a lot of lives here, very, very quickly, with his personality, and he touched the lives of kids, and then kids' parents were so supportive of their child and the relationship that they knew with Corey. I mean, it was just remarkable to see that last night. But I told my kids, we've got to be appreciative of the support that we're giving. And then they were able last night. They were able to come out and perform at a high level and come out with a win. It was impressive. But no, the community has been remarkable. It's amazing.
Coach, that bus ride home, it had to be different, is all I can think. I mean, but after a win, but after what you went through, I got to imagine so many just emotions, thoughts, just they were released on the way home.
You're exactly right. Usually after a win, we can't talk if we lose anyway, but usually after a win, there is chatter and joy on the bus. Last night, I think it was as quiet as it's ever been. I don't remember anybody talking. I remember me asking my assistant coach a question, and I think it was just a time for guys to just reflect and think about what has just happened and what is happening and what's about to be. The void that's about to be in our locker room and in our lives, in our classrooms, in our hallways. So it was as quiet as it's ever been on the bus last night. It was. But and you understood why.
Coach, I appreciate your time. I thank you for coming on and telling us about Corey or CJ and just remembering him and honoring him. And I know you're going to do it the rest of the year. And I'll tell you this, you got a lot of people listening that's going to be rooting on Morrilton and praying for you guys and just wishing you nothing but the success for the rest of the season. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for the opportunity to just share a little bit of who Corey was to us. We thank you for that.
It's Keith Zachary, head coach, Morrilton Devil Dogs boys basketball. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll reset, take some phone calls, talk Arkansas, Texas, Longhorns. Man, how great would that be? Back-to-back wins on the road against Kentucky and Texas. Doesn't get much better than that. Part A is done. Let's get Part B tonight. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
Highland Pellets is a leading producer of sustainable wood pellets based in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. They are committed to providing renewable energy solutions by transforming locally sourced wood into clean, efficient biomass fuel for global markets. Highland Pellets is a significant contributor to the regional economy, creating jobs, supporting local forestry, and driving environmentally friendly innovation. View open jobs such as heavy equipment operators, journeymen, apprentice electricians, supervisors, and millwrights. Apply online at highland-pellets.com.
Crawfish season is finally back at Eat My Catfish. We've got fresh, live crawfish, and all you have to do is just add the fixins. Be sure to come see us or order online at eatmycatfish.com. Eat local, eat fresh, Eat My Catfish.
It's Justin Acree. If you're dealing with back or neck pain, the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health is here to help. Whether it's neurosurgery, orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, or pain management, their experts have you covered with the latest technology and minimally invasive techniques. They're focused on reducing your pain, improving mobility, and getting you back to doing what you love. Call 501-686-TOSH to set up an appointment today. That's 501-686-8674. The doctor will see you now.
Hi, it's Frank Fletcher from the Fletcher Dodge store here in Sherwood. Folks, if you're shopping for a new car or truck, I hope you'll come see us and give us a chance to earn your business. We have huge discounts, 0% financing available, and we'll give you $1,000 over Kelly Blue Book value for your trade-in. Folks, I guarantee you a hassle-free buying experience. And if you've had credit problems in the past, listen to this. We have an easy pre-approval process. Just go to FletcherCredit.com to get started. You can be pre-approved in minutes. It's really not hard. FletcherCredit.com. Folks, we're also still buying cars every day. If you got an old car or truck you want to turn into cash, bring it to Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood and ask for Chris or Andy. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Shop in person or shop online at FletcherDeals.com. Thank you.
Roger, did you know that Oaklawn Sports is the mobile app that lets you bet anywhere in Arkansas?
Anywhere, so I can bet the over when I'm in Dover.
Indeed you can.
I can take the underdog in Dogtown.
Absolutely.
You're telling me I can bet on the pigskin in Piggott?
Yep.
Hoops in Humnoke, baseball in Bauxite, long shots in Lavaca?
All of the above.
Anywhere, huh?
Anywhere.
Nice.
Easy to use and even easier to fund. Bet with confidence. Bet with Oaklawn Sports. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
For over 30 years, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has been Arkansas's truck accessory headquarters and the only stop for all your truck parts and accessories. If it goes on a truck, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has got it. And that includes upgrading your truck with Vortex spray liners. Tough, durable, proudly made in the USA. Their spray liners can protect your truck for years to come. Call Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse at 501-568-0040 to schedule your spray. Or stop by 65th and University.
This is David Dunn with Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer. Did you know that we also offer mobile diagnostic service and repair? Equipment broke down? The check engine light on? We will come to you with the latest computer software and expert technicians to repair your truck on the spot. If it does need to come to our shop, we will arrange to pick it up. Let Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer take care of all your service and repair needs at your place or ours. That's 501-568-2185.
Hey, it's Chuck the Promo Guy. Join me every Tuesday morning at 8:30 for Check In with Chuck, brought to you by Hubbard Power Sports in Russellville. And get caught up with everything that's going on at the Buzz. It's brought to you by Hubbard Power Sports Can-Am and Sea-Doo. Whether you're on the road, on the water, or in the trails, they have the ride for you.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the Gwatney Chevrolet Studio. Gwatney Chevrolet. Driving, trust every mile.
Yo, remember back on the bully when cats used to harmonize like, yo, my men and my women, don't forget about the dean. This is not the most the king, yo. It's about a thing, yo. Feel real good, wave your hands in the air and lick 2 shots in the atmosphere. Since you were looking for your friend, the one you let hit it and never called you again. Remember when he told you he was about to Benjamins? You act like you ain't him, they give him a little trim to begin. Now you think you really
Back at it, Westmore, Joe Franklin. It is Out of Bounds. Real quick on the D3 Auto Sales text line from the 870. Dang, this interview is making a grown man cry. So proud of those boys, coach, and the school. Corey sounds like an awesome young man that was loved and that had brothers that would go to war for him like they clearly did last night. Prayers to the family and his friends.
Absolutely.
From the 501, wow, it's very moving talk with Coach. Morrilton brought back the emotions of losing my daughter last year. I'm praying for them. Praying for you too. It's rough. Coach last night, and I'm a big Keith Zachary fan now, even more after that interview. We sent a photographer to the game. They had a moment of silence last night, and we knew that they were going to be doing things to honor CJ. And Coach spoke to my photographer before the game and wanted to talk about Corey and just let everybody know what a special young man he was. And I thanked him for doing that. And he texted me back, said I was kind of stumbling and rambling on. I just, it was a hard day. And I said, Coach, considering everything you went through, you were awesome. The interview was spectacular. Thank you. And he wanted to come back on the show, on our show today, and talk. And man, it's a tough time, but he is showing that he's a great leader and spreading the word about CJ and his team. And just a phenomenal performance by them last night.
Showing plenty of strength from coaches and players. And the school in general, the community, everyone. He said they're all reaching out to him.
Joe, it was remarkable. He said it the best. It looked like a Morrilton home game. When you looked on that side of the stands and saw how many people had driven from Morrilton to Little Rock to PA for that game, and the signs that they had made, and, of course, they had the flower bouquet, and they had his pictures, and they reserved a spot on the bench, a seat that was his, and it was a moving tribute from that community. The support that they showed last night. Rick is in East Arkansas. Hey, Rick. Rick. No. I think there's something like a short over here, Joe.
We'll get it figured out.
Sorry, Rick. Coming up in the second hour after the Razor Hog update, we're going to bring Bill Ingram in here and talk a little Arkansas, Texas. 8 o'clock tonight. Another primetime game, late game for the Razorbacks. 8 o'clock, man. Let's make it tough for me on TV on Fox 6. I can't show highlights until the game's over, and that game's never. Those aren't ever over by 9:50 when I go on the air. So I want, and I hate it too because I know how many Razorback fans, they're not watching me. They're watching the game. So I can go up there and do the newscast naked. Nobody would know or say anything. One more time. Rick, are you there?
Hey, yeah.
Okay, there we
Y'all
go.
hear me now?
Yeah,
we got you.
Okay, man, my heart goes out. I had two of them dealings when I was coaching in the AD back in the day, and it's just, you know, I every time something comes up, like the Greenwood kids and the Morrilton kids, I did my practice teaching at Morrilton, and what a great community I can say about Morrilton. And, of course, the kid at Pine Bluff, every time a kid, something happens like this, it just wears me out. I just cry. I don't know why. I guess I'm getting older. But if they got a Go Fund, whatever that stuff's called, if y'all put it out, if they need help, yeah, I will do that. Yeah, I just felt so bad for the coach and the community, and of course goes out to the family. Each time this stuff happens, when kids are doing things positive.
Nope, that wasn't me. Sorry, Rick, that was you. I did not hang up on Rick. I would not have. It is. Thank you, Rick, for sharing that story. All right, we're up against it. When we come back, Razor Hog update. Got some baseball news. The coaches poll is out. I'll tell you where Arkansas is picked to finish in the SEC and who made the preseason All-SEC team. Also coming up, Bill Ingram. Some details about Texas, Arkansas, and we'll see if he thinks Arkansas has turned the corner offensively, and we're about to see more of what we saw Saturday night. Stick around. This is Out of Bounds.
The Bet Saracen Sports Wager app? Download it today from the app stores or go to BetSaracen.com. Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports betting app.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, two-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
See Shelter Agent Matt Steele in Bryant, Todd Matthews in Benton, or Justin Stewart in Malvern today.
The man known for creating sports awards has finally earned his own. The entire Buzz team would like to congratulate our own David Basil on being named the Arkansas Sports Broadcaster of the Year by the National Sports Media Association. David, thank you for your passion and hard work on Morning Mayhem and your many other endeavors. And you can catch the Arkansas Sports Broadcaster of the Year along with Roger, Justin, and Josh right here on the Buzz on Morning Mayhem, weekdays from 6 to 10. Congrats, Baz, and here's to a great 2025.
A lot of talk.
Why do you have to talk like that?
And a lot more attitude.
You have a problem? Turn off your station.
1037 The Buzz. KABZ Little Rock. Buzz News with KARK's Claire Kreitz.
A missing pregnant teen from Wisconsin may be on the way to Arkansas. Investigators believe she is with the 40-year-old father of her baby. An Amber Alert was issued for 16-year-old Sophia Franklin. She is 5 feet 9 inches tall with brown hair and blue eyes. Police believe she is with Gary Day. He is 5'7" with blonde hair and green eyes. The Lonoke County Sheriff's Office believes they may be heading to the Austin, Arkansas area. Police say Franklin and Day are in a black Buick LaCrosse. At one point, it had an Arkansas license plate, but it was seen again with Pennsylvania tags. If you see them or have any information that could help track them down, call police. The iconic Shorty Smalls is now back up and running and in a new location. The Little Rock restaurant closed in 2021 because of the pandemic. Now it's open in downtown Beebe. They held a grand opening and ribbon cutting for it yesterday. This is Claire Kreitz for the Buzz Radio Network.
Tune in each week when Susan Irwin Prowl shares her Keys to the Weekend music events calendar with Justin and DJ. Brought to you by Willie D's and Big Red Dog Productions. Big Red Dog Productions is your gateway to music excellence in Central Arkansas and beyond. Visit entertainersguide.com to see the weekly calendar and submit your shows.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
We have a 30% chance of rain showers today. It'll stay pretty cool, only getting to 59 degrees. Plus, fog and mist is going to be possible anytime today and tonight. Still a slight chance of showers tonight, an overnight low of 55. Tomorrow, it'll warm up into the 70s. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort presents Oaklawn Race Day with Justin Akery and David Wanjanati every Saturday morning at 11. Oaklawn Race Day is your inside track to America's hottest thoroughbred action and Arkansas' source for racing news and analysis. Oaklawn Race Day, presented by Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
Greenway proudly supports the DIYer in you. Whether you're a mover, a shaker, a groundbreaker, a risk taker, a challenge embracer, or a landscape visionary, whatever the task, we've got a John Deere tractor that can help move your project forward. You've got work to do, so let's get started. Reserve yours today in store or at gogreenway.com.
February might be short on days, but we're long on deals at Gwatney Chevrolet. Get behind the wheel of a 2024 Chevrolet Trax for as low as $299 a month, or take up to $13,500 off a brand new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado. We have cars in stock as low as $3,999. But hurry, these deals won't last forever. Save big before the end of the month. Visit us at 1301 TP White Drive in Jacksonville today. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. With approved credit restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
There are 3 things that every woman wants for Valentine's Day, Danny.
That is chocolate, roses, and jewelry from Robert Irwin Jewelers.
And you get all 3 at Robert Irwin Jewelers with every purchase of $99 or more.
Do you have diamond earrings?
Of course we do. We've got 2-carat lab-grown diamond studs, and they're only $999 while supplies last. Robert Irwin Jewelers Valentine's Day sale going on right now. Get a dozen free roses and chocolates with your purchase of $99 or more. 5 locations or online at rijewelers.com.
By Robin Hood and ESPN Radio Extra Point with Freddie Coleman.
It's one thing to talk and see the hurricane from the outside. It's a whole different deal. Luka found out what the Dallas Cowboys go through. He never had to worry about that at the Dallas Mavericks. Yeah. Not saying that he wasn't the focal point. It's not this level. That's why Rob Pelinka got in touch with his inner Rob Lowe and decided to say, you know what, Luka, let me handle most of this. Because when you first get a chance to be a part of that, he was smiling, and then the next time after they finished taking the picture, he was looking around saying, oh my goodness, you people aren't leaving. Because normally in Dallas, when they finish asking questions, out the door they go with the Mavericks. With Los Angeles, they're going to stick around. It's one thing to see that and say, man, that'd be great to play LeBron in Los Angeles. It's an entirely different thing when forces outside of your being are going to have any kind of effect on how you're going to play. And Luka Doncic got that kind of Laker religion firsthand at that press conference. That's why Rob Pelinka took the lead, because it was overwhelming for Luka to see it like that regarding him.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED, because millions of men experience it. Did you know that 1 in 4 people seeking treatment for ED are under 40? So you're not alone. And even better, Hims can help. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs at up to 95% less than the brand names when you get started at hims.com/joy. It all starts with an online intake form. From there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. Through hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/.
Live from the Gwatney Chevrolet studio, this is Out of Bounds with Wes Moore and Joe Franklin on 103.7 The Buzz. Your Razor Hog update on Out of Bounds is brought to you by Bradford Marine and ATV with 6 statewide locations. Huge factory incentives going on now on most boat lines. Bradford Marine and ATV, selling fun since 1971.
3 Razorbacks, Arkansas baseball players, are on the All-SEC Coaches preseason team, led by sophomore right-hander Gabe Gackle. He's first team. Gackle showed a lot as a freshman last year. Kind of their stopper, their closer. Fantastic. Now he's going to be moving from the bullpen to Friday nights. 2 other pitchers, Christian Fouch and Landon Badelshees, are also preseason All-SEC team. They were on the second team. The Arkansas Razorbacks had 3 players, 3 pitchers on the preseason team. Nobody else did that. 3 preseason All-SEC representatives are the most since 2022. Arkansas's 3 preseason All-SEC pitchers on this year's coaches team are also the most of any school and the most Arkansas has ever placed on an All-SEC team since 2015 when it all started. It goes a little bit back to the depth of the team. I mean, Zach Root's a candidate for what he did at East Carolina. Gage Wood, returning as a starter, candidate. There are several other. Oh, by the way, no position players were named. You want to talk a little motivation right there? Bulletin board material for Coach Van Horn. Ryder Helfrich. Vahiva Aloy, you couldn't make first or second team All-SEC shortstop, and it's just not 2. But, there's 2 teams. It's not 2 shortstops. There were 2 shortstops on the first team, and there's 1 shortstop on the second team. So, Vahiva Aloy, you're at best, thinking, according to the coaches, the 4th best SEC shortstop. Catchers, there are 4 catchers on his. Ryder Helfrich, you're at least the 5th best catcher in the SEC, according to what the other coaches think of you.
So they do it positionless?
No, they do it by position, but they have 2 catchers, 2 first basemen, 1 second baseman, 1 third baseman, 2 shortstops, 4 outfielders, a DH, 4 starting pitchers, 3 relievers. On the first team, second team, 2 catchers, 1 first baseman, 3 second basemen, 2 third basemen, a shortstop, 3 more outfielders, a DH, 5 starting pitchers, and 3 relievers.
But it almost sounds like they do it best available players, infield, outfield, as opposed to just going by each position.
Yeah, there's a position. Well, only in the outfield.
because the positions are unbalanced there. It's not like it's a certain number on each team.
Yeah, I don't know how they did it. It didn't make any sense. Why you would have 2 shortstops and 3 second basemen, but 1 third baseman. I don't have the details how they decided it. But anyway, that came out. Oh, and the order of finish also came out today. Arkansas's picked to finish 3rd in the SEC. A&M's picked to finish 1st. Tennessee picked to finish 2nd. Arkansas's 3rd. Arkansas was just 1 point behind Tennessee for 2nd place. Arkansas, interesting, had 3 first-place votes to win the SEC. That was the 2nd most votes. A&M led the way with 10 first-place votes to win the SEC. But Arkansas had 3. LSU won, Tennessee won, Florida won. But that's good respect. That's love. Picked 3rd in a very, very difficult SEC. Any other notes? Let me check my email box, see if there's any other Razorback-related notes that I have forgotten and should have had addressed. Softball team starts tomorrow. Softball season starts tomorrow. They're going down to my neck of the woods in college, San Marcos, Texas. They're playing in a tournament down there against Texas State. They'll play Texas State, Lipscomb, Bradley, and San Diego. This is something Coach Deifel likes to do, start the season on the road because of the hit-and-miss weather in northwest Arkansas. They won't play at home until February 28th.
That's a good strategy.
7-14. So the first 3 weekends, they're going to be out on the road to hopefully have better weather, although looks like our weather's going to be fantastic this weekend. High of like 76 Saturday for Little Rock. It looks great. And that is it. Of course, you got Arkansas, Texas tonight. Let's go ahead and call Bill. Get Bill Ingram on here and get a scouting report.
Thought Bill was coming in.
Oh, no, he's not coming in. Bill's got to work. He's a working man. You have his number?
No.
Okay. Let me get it. Bill may be listening. Bill, if you're listening, go ahead and call.
And that's what he usually does. If he's getting on, he'll call.
Here you go. I don't want to give you his number over the. Here he is. He's listening and calling. How about that? At least one person's listening to the show. May just be me and Joe doing the show for Bill Ingram, but somebody was listening. That's awesome. You can always count on Bill. Bill's such a good friend. He told me he had an L.A. Lakers shirt for me. Now that Luka is a part of the Lakers, he said he'd give me a Lakers shirt. Is it extra large or large? Can I wear it?
I got it, Wes.
All right.
Bill, go ahead and get that jersey for him. He said he's not a jersey guy, but he can frame a jersey. That's going to be a classic.
Yep.
I mean, are you excited or what? I mean, are you thrilled?
Am I excited?
Yeah.
As long as we win a championship, then I'm excited.
But don't you think this gives you a better chance to win a championship for the next 10, 12 years?
Yeah, I think it gives us a better chance, but see, these things I got to teach you about the Laker Nation. We only want the results. Championship. That's it. It's championship or bust. And until he produce at least really we need 2 out of him, but at least 1 championship, then you become a true Laker.
Well, that's kind of what I said about the trade. I don't know if 1 championship is good enough to equal out this trade for the Mavericks. I think, honestly, they need to win 2 championships. If you're going to give up on Luka, who could be a franchise guy for the next 15 years for the Lakers, and you're missing out on that, then I don't know if 1 is good enough. They may need to win 2 championships to make it worth the trade.
Well, I think, hey, listen, Wes, they're gonna win 2, and he'll probably win 3 or 4 white. And that's the norm for us. I mean, that's what it is. That's what we used to. Kobe won 5, Magic won 5. LeBron has only won 1, which we expecting to get at least 1 more or 2 out of him. And if Luka is 26, then we expect to get 5 out of him. I mean, that's just what we do.
Hey, Bill, Wes was speaking from Mavs' perspective. He's talking about Anthony Davis producing 2 championships there, he and Kyrie. So what do you think in turn Mavs are getting in that pair with Anthony Davis and Kyrie?
Man, to be honest with you, really, I think that I always wonder about Kyrie being the number 1 option of a team. He's a phenomenal talent, and he can, and I mean he's exciting to watch. But it's a burden carrying being that number 1 guy for a championship team. And I've always wondered, can he do that? That's the thing about can he do that and carry that load? And Anthony Davis, obviously he's a great number 2 guy. We watched him be the number 2 guy with LeBron. But can Kyrie be that number 1 guy and lead that team? And that's to me that's going to be intriguing just to watch that and see how that works out, because he hadn't been the number 1 guy on a team and led a team to a championship, or even even to the Western Conference Finals. They went to the championship last year, but it's obvious Luka was the guy.
Bill Ingram with us, talking a little NBA, and also got to talk. Before we get to Arkansas, Texas, we had Coach Zachary on from Morrilton a little earlier, and just what that team at Morrilton's gone through. And, Bill, I know you've had to deal with things over the years. Just the incredible performance from that Morrilton team last night to go to Pulaski Academy, get the win in the last 6 seconds, and to honor CJ the way they did. It's a heartbreaking story, but just a fantastic finish last night.
Yeah, no question, man. Anytime you see stuff like that, it breaks your heart. But those kids played with a lot of passion last night, and the coach and the team. His teams have always been well coached teams, so the coach does an excellent job of coaching the team. But to see those kids perform like that with those heavy hearts last night, and they played well and come back and win that game, it was good to see that. I just feel for them. I just feel for young people to have to go through stuff like that, because it's tough. It's tough to deal with, and it takes. And they resilient, and that's the thing about it. But it's just a joy to watch them have that opportunity to play like that last night.
All right, Bill, let's talk about the Longhorns and the Razorbacks. The question I've been asking everybody today, was Saturday a one-time thing for Arkansas? Was that an aberration, or has this team turned the corner? Did you see something maybe offensively that makes you think there are more wins on the way?
Yeah, Wes, that's the big question, because, they played, with a great flow. They played freely. I like the idea that they played them in more transition that game, and it makes you feel really good about this team. Can maybe they can turn the corner and get things in right ship. But then after I watched Kentucky play again last night, it's like they defense is, man. I mean, it's just Ole Miss pretty much did the same thing. Just ran up and down the floor on them, beat them back. They transition defense wasn't very good, and it's like they just got exposed all over again. So Arkansas did shoot the ball much better, and I think they're capable of shooting the ball. Probably not as good as they shot it against Kentucky, but they're capable of shooting it better than they've been shooting. So, but tonight, you're going against some guys that got. Texas got great athletes. They got a great freshman in Trey Johnson. They're going to get back on defense, and they're going to stand up and fight. So it'll be interesting to see if Arkansas can continue what they kind of built on Saturday. But this test, I think, will be much sterner. It'll be a tougher test for them, because Texas is trying to find their way as well. So, they need this game as bad as Arkansas needs this game. And it'll be interesting to see how the flow of the game go. I'm looking from the very beginning to see how the flow of the game go, because that's normally an indication of how, you'll play for the rest of the game.
So seeing how Texas is built defensively, then what's the best way for Arkansas to attack?
Well, listen, if we can play like we play, if we can play like Joe Osteen's from Jump Street. When I watched them, I think they need to play faster. And then of course a couple times Coach Cal said, "Well, we might have to get a team to slug it out." So, I trust his judgment. I mean, of course he's a Hall of Fame coach, but I think they look when they're in transition. I think that increases their chances to get in a better flow, because they don't. I don't know if they have a lot of half court guys that can create their own shots and things of that nature. But I think they need to play fast. Now Texas likes to play fast, and they're built to play like that. So do you want to get in a track meet with them? Well, sometimes you just got to go out there and do what you do best, and then let the chips fall where they may, because try to change who you are, that's a struggle for teams sometimes. You got a bunch of guys that can run up and down the floor, and you want to slow the game down. That's a struggle for them at times. So, it'll be interesting to see how, who imposes their will on the other team tonight.
Hey, Bill, I'm looking at Texas's past scores, and they're all over the place. In SEC play, they've scored 60, 82, 70, 77, 60, 61, 70, 69, 89. I don't know who they are offensively. If they're a team that likes to grind it out and slow it down, or if they want to run.
Yeah, it seems like they're having the same kind of issues Arkansas having. You don't know what you're going to get from game to game. They personnel dictates they like to run. Now, are they going through the same type of situation? I think so. Are they trying to figure out, are they a running team, or they're slow, or they want to grind it out? Then I don't know. Maybe they're going through the same thing, but they personnel dictates they get up and down the floor. And in a couple of games that I watched them play, they seem like they want to play fast pace. But like you say, they score and show they all over the map. So it'll be interesting. To see who steps out and figure out, this is what we're going to do, and we're going to, try to impose that on other teams.
I will say in their last 4 games, and they're 3-4 in their last 4 games, their defense has stepped up. They allowed 53, 69, 72 in a loss at Ole Miss, and 58. So the defense has been a lot better in the SEC the last 4 games.
Yep, and that's a good sign. You're improving your defense in conference, and playing in this conference, that's one place you need to be solid on the defensive end, because there's some great players in this conference that can light it up at any time. But team getting better defensively. Arkansas seems to be getting better defensively, and they seem to be getting better offensively. So I just think that this is a big game for both of these programs tonight, and say Arkansas coming off the big win. I'm sure Texas will be ready, and they'll have a packed house.
2-1 in these last 3 games. Who have you been impressed by, player-wise, and who's been stepping up for this Razorbacks team?
Well, Thero, I've been impressed with him. I think he's getting better and better. I think this guy's heading toward being a solid first-round draft pick, and I think he's getting better and better. I think Z is playing better. I think he's been playing better the last 2 to 3 games. Of course, I like Carter Knox is getting more playing time. I think he's playing. I think he's beginning to catch his foot in. I think he's getting better. So I think they got and then of course I think Davis is beginning to get better. I think he goes through stretches where he looked really good, and then he goes through stretches sometimes where he missed shots, but he's beginning to pick the pace up, and it's obvious when he's playing and making shots, then that Arkansas is a different team.
Bill Ingram with us on Out of Bounds. Bill, we've been looking at this schedule with 10 games left, and they got 2 SEC wins. They need at least 5, probably 6 more wins. Can you see Arkansas going 5-5, 6-4 down the stretch and getting on the right side of the bubble and making the tournament?
I asked me that after the game tonight.
I know. I'm sitting here, the same thing, had text messages with buddies this morning. I don't know how to read the Kentucky game. With all the emotion that went into that game, with Calipari and those 3 Kentucky players returning and the rest of the team wanting to win that game for everyone else, I don't know if that's just a one-time little hiccup, a good hiccup for Arkansas, or if they're ready to roll.
Yeah, I think it's possible. I think it's very possible. And I think we have enough. I think we have enough on the team to do that. My only concern is one of my concerns is if during this stretch, first of all, if someone else get hurt, what are you going to do? Are you going to have to go to one of these guys that has never played before? That's a concern. And then other thing, of course, can you just be more consistent shooting the ball? Not like the coach said. I don't need you to make them all, but you can't miss them all either. If they can be more consistent, shooting the ball. Now, of course, if they shoot the ball like they shot against Kentucky, then there ain't no doubt they could go 6-4 or 5-5. for the remainder of the year. But those two things are two concerns because they still, when you playing with 8 guys, man, that's tough, man. If somebody, roll an ankle, or even if you get 2 guys in heavy foul trouble, now you're down 6. So can you cheat? Can you cheat the clock? Can you cheat the clock enough to have those guys sitting on the bench and keep going with 6 guys, and not have to bring somebody else in? So those kind of things are, concerns me. But the main thing is the shooting.
Is that it for concerns? Those two, or is there anything else?
Yeah, that's it with me for the concerns.
Well, Bill, we appreciate it. Thank you for your time, and thanks for calling in. Thank you for listening to the show.
Hey, man, the next time let me know I'm on the air, because I didn't know I was on the air at the beginning of this. I thought we were just talking off the cuff, and I'm glad I ain't saying anything crazy. So let me know that next time. Thanks, guys.
All right, take care,
Bill Ingram. I thought he was a little different when we first started. That's why he thought we were just talking off the air. He was waiting. Then after a couple minutes goes by, he realizes, oh, we're on. The interview's already started. We'll take a break. When we come back, we can take some calls. What do you think about this game tonight? You sold on Arkansas? 661-1037. It's Out of Bounds.
Brought to you by Floyd's Seafood, Kill Avenue in Sherwood. King cakes, oysters, and crawfish just in time for the big game. Be sure and place your order by Thursday. Food, fun, football, Floyd's.
This is Sports Center.
Last night in the SEC, 25th ranked Ole Miss beat 14th ranked Kentucky 98-84. They're led by Matthew Morrell, who had 24 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. 6th ranked Florida beat Vanderbilt 86-75. Will Richard and Alex Condon combined for 40 points and 16 rebounds for the Gators. Number 1 Auburn beat Oklahoma 98-70. National Player of the Year candidate Janai Broome had 16 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, and 3 blocks in 26 minutes. Tonight in college basketball, Arkansas State will take on Marshall, aiming for their 8th straight win. Tip is set for 8. TV coverage will be on ESPNU. Tonight in the SEC, it gets started with 4th-ranked Tennessee hosting 15th-ranked Missouri at 6 on the SEC Network. Georgia and LSU will follow that game at 8. And then Arkansas will go for its 3rd conference win and 2nd in a row as they take on Texas and Austin at 8 on ESPN2. Radio coverage for that game can be heard on The Buzz. I'm Christian Weaver with The Buzz Radio Network.
This is Chris Roberts with Southern Bank. We want to thank those who have decided to trust us with their banking relationship. Our customers recognize that true community-style banking is more than words. It's local decisions and friendly staff you know by name. Whether it's personal checking or lending on the most complex commercial project, Southern Bank can handle your banking needs with a personal touch. So what's holding you back? To start your banking relationship, visit one of our friendly branches, call us at 501-424-0900, or visit online at bankwithsouthern.com. Member FDIC.
The king of Arkansas sports talk, Randy Rainwater for Bet Saracen.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my Double R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Attention Arkansas homeowners. Are you tired of that old, outdated bathtub? Replace it with a beautiful, modern, easy-access walk-in shower from Bath Makeover of Arkansas. Bath Makeover is Central Arkansas's trusted local source for custom bathing solutions installed in as little as 1 day. Backed with a lifetime warranty, featuring our revolutionary new laser-etched shower wall systems. Call Bath Makeover of Arkansas now at 1-800-NEW-BATH during our triple saving sale. You'll save 3 ways. First, save $1,000 on a new bathtub or shower. Second, ask about 18 months, no interest and no payment financing. Senior and military discounts. Third, purchase a new bath or shower and receive a $200 Target gift card plus a bonus. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH right now for a free $50 restaurant.com gift card with in-home estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
Have questions about retirement, investments, or your money? Call our financial hotline. Dial 501-381-5228 and leave a voicemail with your specific financial question, and our experts will answer it on the Get Ready for the Future show Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Get your financial questions answered by the pros. 501-381-5228. Call now. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through Independent Advisor Alliance. Independent Advisor Alliance and Genwealth Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Jones & Son Diamond Bridal and Fine Jewelry, along with 103.7 The Buzz, have your chance to win a Valentine's Day prize package, including 2 tickets to Ballet Arkansas's Romeo and Juliet, a $200 gift certificate for Author's Prime Steakhouse, and a massage package from Ava Bella Day Spa. To register, go to 1037thebuzz.com and fill out the online form. Win a Valentine's Day date package from Jones & Son Diamond Bridal and Fine Jewelry and 1037 The Buzz.
Out of Bounds, live from the Gwatney Chevrolet studio.
It's happy hour at Twin Peaks, 2 to 7. So get by there and get some specials on lunch combos starting at $7.99. Apps for just $2. And then there's a later happy hour, 10 to close, where you can get specials on flatbread starting at just $8. Out of Bounds is going to be at Twin Peaks coming up on Friday. Going to be previewing the big game. Also, UFC 312, which is coming up on Saturday before the big game on Sunday. So you can get by there Saturday night. Ask about the specials on food and drinks on Saturday because they do daily and weekly lunch specials. So each day they have a different special on food and drinks. So you can enjoy those along with the weekly specials they have going on. But it's Duplessis and Strickland for UFC 312 with no cover charge. And then previewing the big game on Friday. Make sure you come by, say hi to Out of Bounds. For Sunday, first 100 people to show up, you get a free square for a chance to win a gift card at the end of each quarter there at Twin Peaks. So it's going to be a great time on Friday, getting everything started. Big game, UFC 312 coming up. And then you can enjoy the weekend through Saturday and Sunday. It's Twin Peaks. Eats, drink, scenic views.
Cannot wait. Friday's going to be a great day. Look, make your plans now. Come on out and see us. Have lunch with us. We'll be there from 1 to 4. Probably get there a little early to set things up. But had a 4 of our listeners came by and saw us the last time we were out there.
Actually, a few more.
So that's, come on out and see us. Have lunch Friday. Great place to have lunch. Great food. Chicken Chipotle. Already looking forward to it. I got it last time. I'll definitely get it again this time. It was outstanding.
You know, they have an extensive menu there where you can't go wrong with all kinds of food. So even though you like that chicken Chipotle, you may want to try something else because everything there is good.
I've been looking forward to it for too long. I can't change it up. I thought
I'm
about it the other night.
Every time we go, though, you don't want to get that. You want to change it up at some point.
Else.
But also, they just rolled out a new cocktail menu yesterday, and it features spicy strawberry margarita and a bourbon espresso martini. So those are some of the new drinks that you can look forward to.
I'm glad I'm working. I won't be tempted to drink. I've done such a good job lately.
We're done at 4 o'clock on a Friday.
Not me. I'm just my day is just starting. Got to mention, Arkansas State also playing tonight, 8 o'clock on national TV. They're on ESPNU tonight at 8. So you got Arkansas on ESPN, Arkansas State on ESPNU. They're playing Marshall. Arkansas State's won 7 in a row. They're in first place in the Sun Belt Conference, 9-2. Marshall's got a good team. They're 7-4. They're right there in the hunt, trying to win a Sun Belt regular season title. So flip it back and forth. They'll go picture in picture. One of the things I like about that YouTube TV, I can put on 2 games at once and sit there and watch them both. Ryan is in Hot Springs. What's up, Ryan?
Well, if you're going to leave with that, I'm going to leave with this, and I got to make a comment. I almost might have to watch that game over the Arkansas game. I mean, you got 2 Arkansas boys playing for Arkansas State, and Pinion and is it Ford?
Yeah, Darian Ford. Actually, they got more. They have more Arkansas guys on there, but former Razorbacks,
right.
Yeah.
Well, I also wanted to say this, because y'all were talking about y'all's callers going to see you at Twin Peaks. I actually got to meet one of them last week by happenstance. He happened to be fishing the same dam that I was down here in my neck of the woods. And I got to meet Lewis, and I got to say he's one of the coolest guys I've got to meet. Super nice, and we got to talk about the hogs and just a lot of real good conversation. And it was super nice to meet Lewis from Little Rock.
That's awesome.
Lewis loves golf. He loves fishing, and he actually came by Twin Peaks, so we got a
Yeah.
chance to meet him for the first time.
Right. Well, I said, I definitely, like I said, he was super cool to get to meet, and we both were talking about the buzz. I'm like, yeah, I'm Ryan Hot Springs. He goes, I'm Lewis from Little Rock. Oh, okay, cool.
Did y'all catch anything?
We actually we did not. The dam they had the way they were running it that day was not conducive to catching fish, so it was a good opportunity to get to meet make a new friend and talk about the hogs.
So you literally meant the dam when you said dam. I thought you stopped yourself when Lewis came to your damn hole.
No. I'm talking about Blakely
dam.
Dam. Yes, sir. Where Washita comes into Lake Hamilton.
I thought you meant you were mad somebody came into your hole and was fishing where you in your
sir.
little honey hole.
No, sir. I know. I'm actually talking about fishing off the dam. But I wanted to answer your question, though. You were talking about having how we felt about tonight's game, and I'll be honest with you, I actually have not watched since the Ole Miss loss. I've been, when Cal got hired, I wasn't necessarily critical about it, but I didn't feel real good about it, and and some of the moves he's made since being here at Arkansas, like going to nine scholarship players and not filling out a full scholarship roster. I didn't necessarily like that, and kind of how the season's gone, and I haven't necessarily felt real good about it, but I will give him credit on this. One thing was very clear Saturday, that the team has not quit on him.
No doubt. They've been playing hard. I mean, they played hard, when they beat Georgia, then the following game against Oklahoma. They played hard. They just, against Oklahoma, had a couple spurts where they couldn't score. And then, man, you missed it with the Kentucky game. That was a fantastic game to watch.
Well, and the part reason why I didn't watch it, because I was afraid it was going to I was going to get kind of upset because it's going to be the best game they played all season. Sure enough, that's what happened. And I'm just like, where's this been all season? You know what I mean? And I'm gonna go ahead and watch tonight, and I just hope they don't let me down. But I guess I just, like I said, I don't necessarily feel good about it, but we'll see. But like I said, I'm not rooting against him. I just don't feel good about it.
Ryan, we appreciate the call.
I hope you all have a great day and go Hogs.
See you, Ryan. Brent's in Searcy. Hey, Brent.
Hey, Wes. Hey, Joe. What's going on? I hope you guys are having a good day.
Appreciate it. You too, Brent.
Hey, Wes, can you help me try to get excited about the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah, I think the defense is going to get better. Man, I'm privately hoping, I haven't said it on the air, I'll say it now. Myles Garrett wants a trade. Bring him home. I mean, that's a Texas kid. That would be great to put him on the defensive end, have him and Micah Parsons rushing the quarterback. I'm excited about the new defensive coordinator. I think the defense is going to be leaps and bounds better than they were last year when they were god-awful at stopping the run. And offensively, look, you just got to get Dak healthy and hope you have a motivated Dak that is ready to roll and get him some weapons on offense, whether it's a running back. Well, no, both. They got to get another wide receiver and a running back in the draft. And you know what? Maybe after the draft you get a little excited.
All right. Wes, let me ask you a question. Would Myles Garrett, great player, would he play the side of Lawrence? Would he take Lawrence's place?
He goes back. Joe, you're more familiar with Myles Garrett. He goes back and forth, doesn't he?
Yeah, he moves around the line quite a bit, but mostly on an end. Mm-hmm. But he'll move interior sometimes.
That sounds good. I hope we can get him. Wonder what it'd take to get Myles Garrett.
What are they saying, Joe?
You may be looking at a first rounder from Myles Garrett, but if you pair a couple of picks together, I think you could probably get them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a second and a fourth, and offset it where it's one in one draft and one in another draft, so you're not giving it all right away.
It'd be worth it.
I agree. Then it becomes an issue of salary cap. How do they fit him in the salary cap?
Well, when you get a player like that, you just got to figure it out.
I agree.
That's
just like they should have figured it out for either Henry or Saquon last year at running back. Just figure it out, get them in there.
Just figure it out. It's not rocket science. Just figure it out. I hope they are able to pull that off. But I'm also seeing maybe Cup from the Rams.
Yeah, there are a lot of teams that are going to look at him for sure.
No, he'd be, to me, a fantastic number 2 wide receiver, a great compliment to C.D. Lamb.
Well, all right. Well, they're giving me hope. They're giving me hope so far. So that's a good thing. So talk to you guys later. Have a great afternoon.
All right. Thanks, Brent.
See you, Brent.
D3 Auto Sales text line. Bob in Russellville says, let's go Pinion. Yeah, let's go Wolves. Make it 8 in a row tonight. This one from the 870, and he was letting me know there was a tribute last night in Mayflower for CJ, that CJ had gone to Mayflower before he transferred to Morrilton, and he sent me a video. Thank you for sending that in. That's awesome. But Morrilton came out with his 55 jersey, and the team came out to midcourt, and Mayflower had a pregame moment of silence, a way to remember their fallen teammate. I knew Coach had told me, Coach Zachary at Morrilton said that CJ had just recently moved there. They only had him for a year, but he felt blessed to be able to be touched by him for that 1 year. Nat Daddy from Lost Corners says, give Bill Ingram his flowers. He said Kentucky was a paper tiger 2 weeks ago. He did, Nat Daddy. Bill doesn't need the flowers. He knows basketball, and he knows when he sees something. But I remember him saying that. He wasn't sold on them just yet. 501 writes in, Wes, I have helped my daughter get through college 20 years ago. I know you said you have a daughter in college. Can't imagine the cost these days. Yeah, it's crazy. It is. And that's why when I said how valuable a scholarship is, and I don't care if it's a partial scholarship, what some of these student athletes today with National Signing Day, you had volleyball, you had baseball, you had some football players, and they're going to all different levels, whether it's A-State, UCA, Division II, Division III, whatever they can get. That's a big, it's helpful. We know it is so hard. When you graduate from college, you get that first job, and then you got all these loans you got to start paying off. It's hard enough to get started out of college, and you got this loan you got to pay off every month. So these scholarships are very, very helpful. 940 says they should trade Dak for Myles Garrett. Also, Texas beats Arkansas by 10. Then they open up another hole, but I don't think, Cleveland needs a quarterback. Would they take that salary on and take Dak? I bet they would.
Yeah.
But then that opens up a huge hole for Dallas. And this is not a good draft for a quarterback unless they make a trade for Matthew Stafford and bring the Dallas Highland Park guy back home for a couple years.
And then their quarterback's available in free agency. So there's some options out there.
I don't know if there are many free agent quarterbacks that excite me.
Cousins. We're
No.
going to hear from Kirk.
Kirk's,
he says he's available.
Yeah.
Or no, he didn't say he's available, but because he would have to be traded for right now too.
Yeah.
But quarterbacks not under contract, I guess, would be Sam Darnold. Don't think Aaron Rodgers is under contract. So
I thought he had an option year.
Yeah, well, I mean,
and it's up to the team, and they haven't decided yet. He could be a free agent.
Yeah.
Is Sam Darnold the best available free agent quarterback this year? Is he at the top of the list?
If you're just talking about quarterbacks that don't have a contract, then yeah. But other possibilities out there, I guess Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, neither one of them have a contract. So
I'd take Russell Wilson over Sam Darnold.
There are a couple of other options there.
And I know people wouldn't agree with me, but I would much rather have Russell Wilson.
Well, there's some reports that kind of get Russ's back that have come out here recently where they say that he wasn't allowed freedom at the line to change plays. It was just he had to go to the line and run the plays, and that came after a certain point in the season. So you saw that there was early success, and then there was early failures and drop-off, and it seemed like it may have coincided with at some point they told him, just go run the plays, and there's not much freedom there.
That is insane to me.
Yeah,
for an
absolutely.
NFL quarterback, you're not going to give him that option. You don't have the belief, and especially Russell Wilson that's been doing this for how many years? He's not smart enough to go line of scrimmage and change a play when he knows you're in the wrong play?
Yeah. Those are some of the reports that have come out here recently. So, and reports came out before that about some conflict between Arthur Smith, Russell Wilson, and even before that, it came out that Arthur Smith, his preference was Justin Fields. Of course, Mike Tomlin overrode that and inserted Russ. So a lot of issues there and a lot of blame to go around. So who knows what Russ's true potential is right now.
Logan in Searcy says, you got to listen closer, Wes. Miles specifically said he wanted to go to a team contending for a championship. Okay, you're funny. You're so funny.
Boy.
He won't agree to go to Dallas. Won't find any championships there. He'd rather take a pay cut and go to Philadelphia. Fly Eagles fly. No.
Yeah, he probably would because he does want to win. So if you look at teams that are right there, one that's been talked about from the start was Lions. They think that would be a great fit.
Yeah. Put him and Hutchinson on opposite ends. That's why, when it came to my mind, him and Micah Parsons on the opposite ends rushing the quarterback. Good luck. Can't double. I mean, I'd try to double team one, but the other one, go. And then it really opens up your interior defensive lineman to get after the quarterback because they're not going to be able to double team those guys. Oh, Logan. We got to take a break on that one. We'll take some more calls when we come back. Arkansas Tech, Texas tonight. How are you feeling? Texas by 10 is what 940 said. Longhorns covering. That would be disappointing. After that Kentucky game. Look, I can tell you that you go down there and play well and just get beat late, okay, but to get run out and lose by double digits, that would be a setback. Got to validate. Who is it? TP says validate those wins. That's what they need to do tonight, validate the Kentucky win. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
February might be short on days, but we're long on deals at Gwatney Chevrolet. Get behind the wheel of a 2024 Chevrolet Trax for as low as $299 a month, or take up to $13,500 off a brand new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado. We have cars in stock as low as $3,999, but hurry, these deals won't last forever. Save big before the end of the month. Visit us at 1301 TP White Drive in Jacksonville today. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. With approved credit restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Gathering Spaces is showing up and showing off. This is Pat Bradley for Whit Davis Loma Plus. You want paint that stands the test of time and color that stays true. Premium, high-hiding, and scrubbable Valspar Medallion paint goes on as easily as it cleans up to give your home's high-traffic areas the beautiful, lasting color they deserve. You can find Valspar paint at Whit Davis in Jacksonville, Sherwood, and Greenbrier. One coat coverage, maximum durability. Valspar paint.
Are you sick and tired of living with that constant pain in your knees or your back? You know, joint pain doesn't just keep you from doing what you love. It affects your job, your relationships, even simple things like getting dressed. Hey everybody, it's RJ. It's time to call QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics uses advanced regenerative medicine to restore and repair damaged joint tissue, giving you your life back. Hips, shoulders, elbows, they can all be treated with natural biologics from your own body. If you're tired of steroid shots that don't work, or if you're trying to avoid surgery, call QC Kinetics now to schedule your free consultation. Learn about these exciting new cutting-edge treatments for pain caused by arthritis or injury, and the best part, no drugs, no pain meds, and no downtime. This is an all-natural treatment that can get you lasting relief. People in Central Arkansas are raving about the results. Call now. Appointments are available for this upcoming week. QC Kinetics, 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
See Shelter Agent Paul Killingsworth in Cabot, Jonathan Stone in Lone Oak, or Stephen Reeser in Jacksonville today.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PARTY to get up to a $5 per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PARTY to get up to a $5 per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PARTY.
Out of Bounds is on location this Friday at Twin Peaks with a preview of Sunday's big game. Happy hour starts at 2 with great food and, as always, 29-degree draft brews. Out of Bounds this Friday at Twin Peaks.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the Gwatney Chevrolet studio. Gwatney Chevrolet. Driving, trust every mile.
Got too much time to spare.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds. I was just giving A-State men some love. Let me give the women some love. They just won 86-50. It is their 11th straight victory. Arkansas State women are rolling. They beat Georgia State by 36 points this afternoon up in Jonesboro. 11 straight wins. They lost their first conference game, and they've won 11 in a row. So they're 11-1 in conference, a half game behind James Madison. James Madison women are 11-0 in the Sun Belt. And the crazy thing, the scheduling quirk, they don't play James Madison this year. So they could end up in a tie and have some crazy tiebreaker. Hopefully, Arkansas State keeps on winning and James Madison loses a couple of times. But both A-State men and women are playing so well right now. Kudos to them. Good job. Got the basketball programs rolling. Phone lines open. Real quick call if you want to. 661-1037. We got about 5 minutes before the top of the hour. Go to the D3 Auto Sales text line. We got Logan and Cersei in here. Here's one, 501. Talking about free agent quarterbacks. Jameis is open.
That's right.
Jameis Winston.
Yeah. Jameis is a free agent.
Atomic Hog, another available quarterback for the Cowboys might be Quincy Carter. Man, what is the deal with the Cowboy hate all of a sudden? Just because Logan chimes in doesn't mean you got to jump on his back and start riding the Cowboys. Floodgates aren't opening. 501 says, Dak Prescott should have dreams of being as good as Mahomes. Sorry, Dak. Maybe someday. Another one. Sorry. Stop. That's enough. Cowboys hate. Haters are going to hate. From Kit in Little Rock. Love the show. Validate. It's Kit who says that. I got it wrong, not TP. Kit, love the show. Validate. I totally agree with you, Wes. You probably heard it here first. I did. It is you, Kit. You said it in football, and you've said it the other day about the Razorbacks needing to validate the Kentucky win, and I agree with Kit. And it's not just validating, but it's also putting a win streak together. It would be their first win streak in the SEC. 2. I mean, it's a start, but that's what they got to do. If they have any hopes of doing anything in the postseason, the real postseason, you're going to have to go on a win streak. I guess technically you don't have to. I guess here on out they can go win-loss, 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 and go 5-5. That might get them in. But to be safe, go ahead and win a couple in a row. I mean, it's just like I just said win-loss, win-loss, win-loss. That means losing against Texas at Texas, but beating Alabama at home. That's tough, right? So it gives you a little leeway to win 2 in a row because you still got to go to Auburn. You got a tough game at Texas A&M. I mean, so it's going to be even a tough task to go win-loss. When you're playing well, you got to find a way to win those games. And that's why, that Oklahoma game hurts. That LSU game on the road hurts. That's two. You need to win those games. You should have won that. That's Oklahoma at home. Okay, you don't need to be losing home games against teams like that. I get it. Florida's really good. That was a tough one to swallow. You had a chance with the free throws, but maybe that's something they figured it out and learned with some of these close losses. Now they get some of the close wins, find a way to win those games that are close.
Yeah, goal should be now, of course, they want to win every game, but with 10 games left, conference play, you want to be above 500 in those 10 games, and that'll give you a good chance there. And then from there, tournament play, you want to try to get a couple of wins there. But, yeah, if you can start with that goal of let's get to 500 in these last 10 games, that's a start.
Yeah, I have zero doubt in my mind. If they go 6-4 down the stretch, and that's a big if, they're in. You go 8-10 in the SEC, you're going to get in. That'll move you from the bottom of the standings up there in the middle to where, you're going to be one of those 12 or 13 teams that get into the NCAA tournament. But that's like I said, it's a big if.
That puts you at 19-12 after a regular season. But then there's conference play, so it could. But if we're talking about 19-12 this season in particular, when they look at conferences, maybe it does stack up as enough. But in years past, it wouldn't have been.
Oh, the SEC's never been like this, though. I mean, this is historical, how deep the SEC is. And, yes, normally you have a losing record in the SEC. You're not going to get in. There have been a year here or a year there, and Arkansas was actually one of those teams that got in with a losing SEC record. But it's far, few and far between.
Conference expansion factors into this, though.
No doubt. Adding, and right now, both of them are tournament teams. As of right now, Texas and Oklahoma are in the tournament. But this is another one of those games, kind of like the Oklahoma game and Georgia too. Those are teams that could wind up on the bubble when it's all said and done. So it's important to beat those teams. Arkansas does have that over Georgia right now, that if it comes down at the end, one of them gets in, one of them doesn't. At least Arkansas's got that victory. Look, Arkansas's got Texas twice here on out. You beat Texas twice, that's a pretty good argument that you deserve in and they don't if it comes down between those two teams to get into the NCAA tournament. So it is it's a big game tonight. All right, coming up in the third hour, we got What's Trending, and then Quad Sanders, head coach of the Bryant Hornets, will join us. They had a big signing day event today, and why shouldn't they? I mean, they won the 7A title. A lot of good players on that team. We'll hear from Coach Sanders at 3:30.
Whatever you're doing this weekend, if it doesn't involve fast horses, daily doubles, high fives, and corned beef sandwiches, you may be doing it wrong. Every weekend through May 3rd, Oaklawn has live thoroughbred racing. Whether your Oaklawn is cheering from the home stretch, dining in the Bugler restaurant, or raising a glass at the First Turn bar, your race day is whatever you want it to be. Make reservations today at oaklawn.com.
This is my Oaklawn.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
If you have a passion for adventure and unmatched quality, then head to Honda of North Little Rock for the best lineup of quality motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. They have Honda's best models and will find the perfect ride just for you. That's Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Hey! Oh my gosh, what a show, Roger. We got to say congratulations to Derek Smith, lead pastor at the Bridge Church in Lonoke. He was the winner of the 2025 Clergy Bowl.
Thanks the other fellas.
Yeah, you had Will Ritchie, you had Preston Jones, Sean Mills from all over Central Arkansas.
Tamar Trey Reed, Melinda Mayo, Joseph Klein, and you.
Buzz News with KARK's Claire Kreitz.
A missing pregnant teen from Wisconsin may be on the way to Arkansas. Investigators believe she is with the 40-year-old father of her baby. An Amber Alert was issued for 16-year-old Sophia Franklin. She is 5 feet 9 inches tall with brown hair and blue eyes. Police believe she is with Gary Day. He is 5'7" with blonde hair and green eyes. The Lonoke County Sheriff's Office believes they may be heading to the Austin, Arkansas area. Police say Franklin and Day are in a black Buick LaCrosse. At one point, it had an Arkansas license plate, but it was seen again with Pennsylvania tags. If you see them or have any information that could help track them down, call police. The iconic Shorty Smalls is now back up and running and in a new location. The Little Rock restaurant closed in 2021 because of the pandemic. Now it's open in downtown Beebe. They held a grand opening and ribbon cutting for it yesterday. This is Claire Kreitz for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Joel Young.
Expect cloudy skies through the night, Wednesday into Thursday morning, with temperatures hovering in the low to mid 50s, eventually climbing up to near 60 early Thursday morning. Maybe some areas of light drizzle and fog, and then during the day Thursday, we stay cloudy with perhaps a few stray showers, highs in the upper 60s, lower 70s, and then cooler with lingering clouds and showers into Friday. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Joel Young.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
This is Trey Schapp. Tune in each Friday morning at 5:30 right here on The Buzz as I bring you From the Short Grass, presented by UAMS Health, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine. If you like to hear interesting stories about the game of golf, this is for you. You can also find it wherever you get your podcasts.
Well, you did it. You bought or built that dream home. Now you're just wishing your home loan rate was just as dreamy. Telco Credit Union can give you a better rate and help you save money. Don't wait. This is your sign to run, don't walk, and see my friends at Telco Credit Union. Give them a call at 501-375-5321. That's 501-375-5321, or visit telco.com today and tell them Coach Z sent you.
Heads up, guys, Valentine's Week is coming up quick. Haven't ordered your gifts yet? Don't wait until the last minute. Get it with Tipton & Hurst, the state's premier florist, offering guaranteed satisfaction with every order for nearly 140 years. Grab your Valentine's flowers early and get rewarded with free roses later. See store for details. Buy your flowers, chocolates, gifts, and more at one of Tipton & Hurst's 4 locations in Little Rock, Conway, Pine Bluff, North Little Rock, or at tiptonhurst.com.
It's a tough time. Injured, and it was not your fault. Hurts in the pocketbook, too. Who do you turn to? Don't call a lawyer and find they're out of state or talk with someone at a call center. Call us at the Brad Hendricks Law Firm and talk to a real Arkansas lawyer directly. And remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. We'll work hard for you. Have for over 30 years. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
Companies are shifting their telephone systems to the cloud, and you should too. ESI eCloud PBX has everything you need. Features like work from anywhere, video calls, and advanced security tools make ESI eCloud PBX one of the best choices for any business. Opt out of the high cost of your traditional phone system and move to the cloud. Sign up for an online demo at nsgdb.com and get your system activated at no charge.
Network Services Group. One call does it all.
Willie D's Rock and Roll Piano Bar open every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Cold drinks and dueling pianos. Deep Nightclub downstairs hosts karaoke on Tuesdays and DJ Spin on Friday and Saturday nights. Visit WillieD'sPianoBar.com.
Come and get your Willie on.
Fellas, if you're not feeling that same energy anymore, testosterone therapy or TRT may be the answer. Look for personalized treatment like you'll get with the experts at Low T Center. Low T Center brings over a decade of experience, so go to lowtcenter.com right now to book your appointment online. That's lowtcenter.com.
As MNB continues to grow, we want you to know the one thing that will never change is the way we do business. We still make the process of securing a loan simple and straightforward with a staff of experienced and professional loan officers. MNB has a variety of products and services to fit your individual requirements. Whether it's buying a new home, starting a new business, or expanding your business, our rates are extremely competitive. You keep moving forward. At MNB, we've got your back. Check us out at mnbbank.com.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. It's no wonder that ZipRecruiter is the place for skilled skydiving instructors, accomplished airbrush artists, and proficient pediatricians. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter to hire, you're missing out. ZipRecruiter is the place that's so confident it can make your hiring easier that it lets you try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. So if you want the right candidates for all your roles, ZipRecruiter is the place to go. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Live from the Gwatney Chevrolet Studios, this is Out of Bounds with Joe Franklin and Wes Moore on 103.7 The Buzz. What's Trending in Sports is brought to you by Arkansas's own West Rock Coffee. Join West Rock Coffee, the Razorbacks, and their 1.5 million farmers around the globe. It's fall, so now it's time for your team to stock up on coffee, tea, and water delivered directly to your business. Contact them at westrockcoffee.com or 833-886-JAVA today.
We are getting set for the Super Bowl. Today's hump day. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 4 days away. It's been cool. Fox 16. Nexstar, we have reporters, sports guys embedded down in New Orleans. We get to do live shots every night with those guys. So it's been kind of cool talking to folks down there in New Orleans about the game the last couple of nights, kind of building my excitement. They were down there covering some of the events. I got to do it for Nexstar years ago. I told you about it. That was the Patriots-Falcons game in Houston. Pretty cool. I got my fill though. It was about, I think we were there 10 days, and it was 10 long, hard days. Now the payoff was getting to go to Super Bowl, and that was cool. But I was like, look, I did it. I did it my one time. It's off my bucket list. Let other people do it. Not for me. And, throw in the radio job, and, it makes it difficult to do both on a big one like that. But New Orleans would be cool this week. The food, the atmosphere, Bourbon Street. It's a great place for the Super Bowl. All right, let's talk about the games itself. A lot of talk about Mahomes chasing Brady, Mahomes trying to get 3 in a row, his legacy, where he's going to stand all time. What's Mahomes think about all this?
I just want to be remembered as one of the greatest teams of all time at the end of the day, and I know how blessed I am to be in Kansas City and the people that I have around me, coaches and players, and so I'm more focused on leaving the imprint on the Kansas City Chiefs and how we are remembered for the rest of the time.
Yeah, I mean that's the right answer. It's not about me; it's about us. Unless you're Cam Newton and it's all about me and winning the MVP, not so much Super Bowl. Mahomes, team guy. You think that may be part of the reasons why they've had so much success? He's a team guy, not a me guy? Maybe?
Could be.
Josh Sweat, he's next up. There's a little talk on Brandon Graham.
He embodies pretty much everything that we do, his encouragement and leadership. I mean, especially for me, I was pretty much raised around him, kind of by him. So, I mean, especially for me, he's pretty special guy. He helped me build my career.
Could you give me an example of his inspirational leadership for you?
I mean, always positive, always encouraging, stuff like that. Especially like I said, for me, early in my career, it wasn't the greatest thing ever. So, and I had a lot of ups and downs, but he always kept encouraging me and helping me become who I am today.
What does it mean to this team to have him play in this game?
Oh, I'm happy for him. I mean, I don't know if he expected it or anybody expected it, but yeah, he deserves it, and I'm just ready to play alongside him again.
You expect him to play?
I mean, I hope. I mean, he looked good to me, but I can't say that. I don't know for sure, but he looked good.
Let's move on to Peter King. Talking about Andy Reid. What a run it's been for Andy Reid. I told you that stat I saw the other day. It was on Twitter, so it had to be true. All-time leader in coaching victories for the Philadelphia Eagles is Andy Reid. Mm-hmm. The all-time leader for coaching victories for Kansas City Chiefs is Andy Reid. That's pretty darn cool. Shows you he's had success at both of his stops. Here's Peter King.
Andy Reid signed a long-term contract extension before this season. And I don't think there's any way he walks away, no matter win or lose, on Super Bowl Sunday after this season. You ask me, how many more years will he coach? All I know is that it's got to be awfully hard when you have not only Patrick Mahomes, who on God's green earth in recent football history, and I include Bill Belichick with the great Patriots teams, who has had A, an all-time quarterback, B, an offensive coordinator who completes your sentences. Also, you have a guy who is either the greatest defensive coordinator of his time or one of the top 3 or 4, and that's Steve Spagnuolo. So if you're Andy Reid and you have everything set up, it would be easy if Andy Reid had a nincompoop or two surrounding him. He doesn't have any.
Well, we need to learn, Joe. We can't have any nincompoops around us.
That's funny that somebody's using that word these days.
When's the last time you heard nincompoop?
It's been a long time.
I think a kid may have said that's the last time I heard it. Little kid. Don't be a nincompoop. What? Where'd you hear that? Free agent. No, he's not a free agent quarterback. Kirk Cousins still got a little time on his contract, but he may be going to a different team.
I definitely still feel like I have a lot of good football left in me. And I will say, about Patrick, because I used to ask this question to coaches like, hey, do I need to be a scrambler to be able to make it in this league long term? Yeah. And coaches would always say, Kirk, you have to be able to do accuracy no matter what. And while the ability to scramble and do other things is a nice trait to have, ultimately the whole thing is built on, can you from the pocket throw accuracy and make great decisions? And so that really is the trait we all have to have. And so that's kind of always been what I lean on. But yeah, I still think I got good football left in me. And, time will tell. It's still kind of uncertain. We'll get to March and know a lot more. But I think the focus for me really is getting healthy. And that's really my focus is I got to get healthy. I'm no good to the Falcons. I'm no good to a team if I'm not feeling really good. And so that's really where my focus for January and February is. Now the season's wound down, really taking all the time I can to get my body feeling really good.
Do you think Kirk Cousins has anything left in him?
Yeah. He probably wasn't in a system that best suited his abilities. And then he is 1 year removed from that major injury that he had. Most players, it takes a little time, more than just an off season to get back to form. And now he's been through a full season, so there's something there.
12, 25, 30. He'll be 37 in August. And trying to get over that Achilles tear. Maybe. Maybe he's got another year in. I mean, I wouldn't want him. I'd take him as a backup quarterback, but I don't want him as just starting quarterback. I think his days – and I like him. From watching the quarterbacks on Netflix, getting to know him and his personality, his family, a great family guy. Maybe time just to go spend more time with the family. Oh, Myles Garrett trade. Here's Tom Pelissero talking about a possible trade of Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett, this is not a contractual ploy. The Browns stand ready to redo the deal. This is a guy who's 29 years old, just turned 29 in December. He's got a lot of years left. That's a position where you can play well into your mid-30s. But he also knows time is running short to go and try to win a championship. So Myles Garrett truly wants to continue his career someplace else. by making this public now, this has kind of, created some level of pressure on the Browns. The Browns continue to say that their stance has not changed here. This could be a situation, Rich, that we're still talking about certainly beyond the start of free agency, potentially up to and even beyond the draft here. Those are the natural checkpoints, particularly the draft, because if you're going to do a Myles Garrett trade, which, again, the Browns as of now do not want to do, if you're going to do one, you would like to think that happens prior to the draft, because otherwise you're trading picks out into future drafts as opposed to in 2025. Those picks become devalued here. Myles Garrett, if he were traded, would command one of the biggest compensation packages that we've ever seen in an NFL trade. But again, that's not the mentality right now for the Browns. They still want Myles Garrett to be part of the team. They have him under contract for 2 more years. I think it's going to be a while, Rich. These things can happen quickly, but I would say it's probably going to be a while until we know exactly how this resolves.
Is he threatening to, if he doesn't get traded, to sit out? I mean, with 2 years left on his contract.
He hasn't gone that far yet. He just requested a trade. So the details haven't come out as far as, it's really early in the process.
If I'm the Browns, I'm doing everything. When you have a generational player like that, you do not want to trade him. You want to do everything you can to keep a guy like Myles Garrett.
Okay, so here's the flip side of that, though. Teams, now that they know he's requested a trade, and teams that have that need or feel like this is a player that is that type of generational type player that can really help our roster, they're going to be willing to give up big compensation for him. So that's how it coincides now with Browns and their thinking. They get something great in return for him. Now that changes their thinking on it. This is where they are now. They don't want to trade him. They want him to be around. But if he's truly wanting to move on, unhappy, and they can get something great in return for him, that changes their focus and their mind on how they're feeling about the situation in general. Because think about, there's a team right in front of them that if you look at the mock drafts right now, Abdul Carter. Now, of course, you would want to pair those two together, Abdul Carter and Myles Garrett. But if you can move up to the 1 pick, and you may not have to move up to the 1, you could make a trade there to move up and get more compensation, but also get a player like Abdul Carter to replace Myles Garrett if you're truly going to move on. But you'll look at what else is out there. You'll look not only at one specific team, you're going to look at several teams. Several teams are going to be calling them, so now they have to filter through and what's the best deal for them.
I got a deal for them.
Micah Parsons for Myles Garrett?
DeMarcus Lawrence for Myles Garrett.
They're probably not going to.
Why not? That's a 32-year-old defensive end. It's been a great player. Still a really good player. He had a little injury, but
they're not going to go player for player either.
Well, why not? We just saw Luka go for a 32-year-old player, so that works.
No, there were picks involved.
All right, we'll give him a 6th-round pick.
Don't think they're going for it.
So, yeah, you think that's a bad trade, a 32-year-old washed-up DeMarcus Lawrence for Myles Garrett?
The Browns would see it that way.
Yeah, yes. I would too.
Absolutely.
I would too. No way I'd make that trade. Kind of leads into Luka and that stupid trade. Here he is talking about his calf injury.
You've gone through it now 4 times with this calf. So what have you done to get back on the court? How are you feeling? And how confident are you in that this won't be a reoccurring injury?
Well, for the first time, I took my time. Get it to heal 100%. Other times I think I just wanted to go back on court playing basketball and not really be healthy 100%. So this time I just took my time, which was normal amount of time to get back to 100%.
Thought I was getting over that trade. I thought I was moving on and feeling better and optimistic. I'd take off my quarter zip. I was gotten so mad and so hot in here. I've got the air turned down to 69. I was still sweating in the studio.
Hey, yesterday, like I said, Luka Mavs, that's Twitter. Luka Lakers is X. Things have changed. It's time to move forward. Yeah. Got to move forward. There's nothing you can do. It's happened.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying. It still doesn't make any sense. If I could wrap my brain around it, then it would help me move on. Oh, great. More Luka sound. That's exactly what I want to hear. J.J. Redick, his new coach, just was his teammate.
Luka, I know you had about 13 games as a teammate with J.J. In Dallas, and just wondered what that was like for you, the relationship that you formed, and then your thoughts about playing for him as a coach.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, he couldn't move at all, so it wasn't moving. No, but it was a great relationship. I really respect him. You don't see me go on podcast. I went on his podcast twice, so you know how much respect I have for him, so I'm really excited that I can play for him.
I missed it. What did he say? Go in his pockets? Is that what he said?
Yeah, I didn't hear the last part of what he said.
Luka, I know you had about 13 games as a teammate with J.J. In Dallas, and just wondered what that was like for you, the relationship that you formed, and then your thoughts about playing for him as a coach.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, he couldn't move at all, so it wasn't moving. No, but it was a great relationship. I really respect him. You don't see me go on podcast. I went on his podcast twice, so you know how much respect I have for him. So I'm really excited that I can play for him.
His podcast.
Oh, podcast. I thought he said pockets. I thought he picked his pocket. What's he talking about? His podcast. Gotcha. Thank you, Joe. Needed that help. Great. Let's just keep it going. More Luka.
It's a great guy.
This is Markeith Morris.
It's a great guy, man. Super low maintenance. Don't need much. One of the only guys that I've been on the team with that will play through any injury if he can get on the court. I hear stuff about him not being in shape, but if you can go on an NBA game and get 30, 15, and 10 like it's nothing, then I don't really know what shape is. I'm confused at that part, but and you'll see it really soon. You'll make the suggestion if he's in shape or not.
I will say the shape thing. Dude can score. Dude plays under control. He plays at his own speed. He can score. The in shape comes in. A, often injured. If he was a little less weight, would he have these soft tissue injuries? But B, it would help on his mobility, his speed, his quickness when he plays defense, if he ever played defense. That's where that came. The
Luka
talk
has
comes
never
from.
played with speed, though. So that's who he is. That's a part of his game. And it's one of those narratives that somebody put out there and everybody felt the need to run with it. They got to the NBA Finals last year. That narrative was put out there as a result of them losing the finals, but they probably got to the finals probably ahead of schedule, and then they were really overmatched with talent on the other side.
No, it wasn't a good matchup. The Oklahoma City Thunder, that's a good matchup. Timberwolves wasn't a good matchup, but Luka played out of his mind.
The Celtics, though. Celtics were
bad matchup.
The best team.
He couldn't guard anybody.
They were the best team in the NBA.
And they took advantage of it, and it was eye-opening.
So are you saying, I mean, not you personally, but people are saying that Luka's defense was bad, but they didn't say it throughout any round of the playoffs until after they lost the finals.
No. Well, when they would lose, they would point out, even to Oklahoma City or Minnesota or any playoff game, Clippers, they would point out how bad his defense is, and that and then that's why they're not going to win this series. Well, they overcame the bad defense, partly because of some of his heroics, also some heroics of his teammates.
That wasn't really put out there until after they lost.
Oh no, Joe! I watched every one of the games. His piss poor defense was pointed out all the time.
Defense wasn't good. The narrative was not put out there until a result of losing in the finals. Every other round, he was praised about how this team was performing, the offensive show that he was putting on. But everybody that knows Luka and has watched him, they know what his strength is and they know what his weakness is.
But Joe, every game, first game of the series, they lost, and that was the talk. They can't win the series because he can't play defense. This team isn't good enough. That was the narrative, but they always found a way to come back. And it was the offense that would overcome the bad defense. And that's all I'm saying. If he would get into better shape, he would be a better defender. He's too slow.
Some people just are not good defenders. Some people are offensive driven and not good defenders.
He doesn't have to be a good defender. Be an average defender. Don't be bad.
Kevin Durant and James Harden aren't good defenders. They can defend at times, but they're not good defenders. That's not what they're known for.
Here's Kyrie. Losing his running mate. How's he feel?
I was really shocked, and you just don't imagine that you're going to get ready to go to sleep, and then you find out news like that. So it's still a grieving process right now. Miss my hermano. We had a lot of time together. Keith too, and Maxie, and we just built some bonds that went beyond the basketball court. So if anybody can understand at home, when someone or a few group of people or a few people leave in a trade, it's going to be difficult, and that's what we're dealing with right now. But this is a business. It's way above my pay grade. And I just got to adjust and be ready to welcome in my new teammates with open arms and, kind of be ready to go back to Dallas, too, to speak in front of our fans. I know they're feeling it, too. I'm feeling it, too, guys. It's just an adjustment period. And, I don't want to downplay this either or disrespect our new guys. They're going to help us win and they're going to help us build towards the championship. But just like everyone else at home, when you kind of see it from afar, it hurts. So,
I was just looking it up. Kyrie scored 34 last night against the Knicks. Had a pretty good game, 11 of 21 from the floor, leading scorer. And Max Christie was able to play last night. 4 for 4 from the three-point line. He had 15 points in 31 minutes coming in off the bench. Also had 9 rebounds, 3 assists. Mavericks almost went into New York and stole that game. Almost. 116, 118.
That's where you look for players to step up in those contributions. Like the stat line you threw out there for Kyrie, that's what Kyrie does. Mm-hmm. That's not a surprise to anyone.
But he's going to be asked to do more of that. There were games where when Luka was playing, he didn't have to score 31.
Oh, it's definitely when you have 2 stars as opposed to 1, it's always going to be better.
No, we'll finish up, thank God. Here's Brian Windhurst on Luka and his contract extension.
LeBron and Luka are not set contractually. Luka has 1 year left on his contract, and we all assumed that Luka was going to re-sign in Dallas. It's never once been brought up in my life about Luka's contract. But now he's traded to the Lakers. He has 1 year left, and they don't get the Supermax privilege. They can't give him that $350 million. They can offer him $100 million less. So I would say to you, it's not a guarantee for sure that Luka's going to rip off a 5-year deal in July. He may want to see how things play out. He may take a shorter deal because he no longer has the financial incentive to do it. So the Lakers have to do some work over the next few months to convince him he wants to get locked in. Additionally, LeBron has an option in his contract for next season. Now, I have no belief that LeBron wants anything more than just to be a Laker, but LeBron's contract status is not settled. So let's see how everything goes. I know that everybody wants to know exactly how it's going to go in this next 5 seconds, but we have to just watch and see how it all plays out. But I think Luka and LeBron will be excited about the prospect, and I also am going to tell you they are not a complete team. So let's see.
We got to take a break.
Well, other news that's out there, Myles Garrett, he said that he consulted with LeBron prior to requesting a trade because of the fact that LeBron has left Cleveland twice.
Oh, yeah.
So he consulted with him. And Rams are going to host first NFL game in Australia, 2026 season.
I heard scuttlebutt this morning. Ireland is going to host an NFL game this year. Look for your Steelers to go.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next, Quad Sanders will join us. Sterling, I see you, but we got to take this interview for Quad Sanders. If you want to call back in 15 minutes, we'll take your call. If you want to hang for 15 minutes, but we got to take this break. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
Walt Coleman on Morning Mayhem is brought to you by Kentucky Derby winner Sigma Supply with Mystic Dan, now a part of Brady Plus. If you're not using Sigma Supply, you got low-grade product, man.
This is SportsCenter.
Last night in the SEC, 25th-ranked Ole Miss beat 14th-ranked Kentucky 98-84. They're led by Matthew Morrell, who had 24 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. 6th-ranked Florida beat Vanderbilt 86-75. Will Richard and Alex Condon combined for 40 points and 16 rebounds for the Gators. Number 1 Auburn beat Oklahoma 98-70. National Player of the Year candidate Janai Broome had 16 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, and 3 blocks in 26 minutes. Tonight in college basketball, Arkansas State will take on Marshall, aiming for their 8th straight win. Tip is set for 8. TV coverage will be on ESPNU. Tonight in the SEC, it gets started with 4th-ranked Tennessee hosting 15th-ranked Missouri at 6 on the SEC Network. Georgia and LSU will follow that game at 8. And then Arkansas will go for its 3rd conference win and 2nd in a row as they take on Texas and Austin at 8 on ESPN2. Radio coverage for that game can be heard on The Buzz. I'm Christian Weaver with The Buzz Radio Network.
Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse presents Match Game on Morning Mayhem. Listen for your chance to play their version of the classic TV game show. Brought to you by Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse, Arkansas's truck accessory headquarters for over 30 years. Call 501-568-0040 today or click online at arkansastruck.com.
Roger, did you know that Oaklawn Sports is the mobile app that lets you bet anywhere in Arkansas?
Anywhere, so I can bet the over when I'm in Dover.
Indeed you can.
I can take the underdog in Dogtown.
Absolutely.
You're telling me I can bet on the pigskin in Piggott?
Yep.
Hoops in Humnoke, baseball in Bauxite, long shots in Lavanka?
All of the above.
Anywhere, huh?
Anywhere.
Nice.
Easy to use and even easier to fund. Bet with confidence. Bet with Oaklawn Sports. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Attention Arkansas homeowners, are you tired of that old, outdated bathtub? Replace it with a beautiful, modern, easy-access walk-in shower from Bath Makeover of Arkansas. Bath Makeover is Central Arkansas's trusted local source for custom bathing solutions installed in as little as 1 day. Backed with a lifetime warranty, featuring our revolutionary new laser-etched shower wall systems. Call Bath Makeover of Arkansas now at 1-800-NEW-BATH during our triple saving sale. You'll save 3 ways. First, save $1,000 on a new bathtub or shower. Second, ask about 18 months, no interest and no payment financing, senior and military discounts. Third, purchase a new bath or shower and receive a $200 Target gift card plus a bonus. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH right now for a free $50 restaurant.com gift card with in-home estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
Hey folks, Trey Johnson with HJ Trailer Sales. Thank you for making us the #1 Northstar truck bed dealer in the world. We have the newly redesigned Northstar beds in stock, but don't forget our trailers. Hillsboro, Hart, Good Guys, Iron Bull, Delta, and Airtow. If you make a living with a trailer or use a trailer in any way, look up your hometown trailer store on Facebook. Get big store amenities with hometown service. Stop by HJ Trailer Sales in Hot Springs or Paragould, or online at hjtrailersales.com.
February might be short on days, but we're long on deals at Gwatney Chevrolet. Get behind the wheel of a 2024 Chevrolet Trax for as low as $299 a month, or take up to $13,500 off a brand new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado. We have cars in stock as low as $3,999. But hurry, these deals won't last forever. Save big before the end of the month. Visit us at 1301 TP White Drive in Jacksonville today. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. With approved credit restrictions apply, see dealer for details.
What's going on, everyone? DJ Williams here with The Buzz, and we got a special guest going to be joining us, Shunderick Powell, the standout running back for UCA. We're going to talk about his road, hopefully, to the NFL. Also, Barrett Sallee has some big news coming up with his career. Make sure you tune in to find out exactly what that is. Also, Chris Alley is going to be on Thanks to Rock and Roll Sushi, and going to wrap it up with Dee Dee from Ava Bella. Always fun when she's on the show. Tune in, The Zone, where sports and entertainment come crashing together.
Out of Bounds, live from the Gwatney Chevrolet studio.
You know, well, I'm a chicken fried, a cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
Great time to go out to Gwatney Chevrolet. Wet weekend weather's awesome. Love the spring-like temperatures in February. Take advantage of some of the deals in February. Short month, but big deals. Drive off in a 2024 Trax for as low as $299 a month. How about a truck? They got the 2025 Silverado. You can take $13,500 off. That's a deal you don't want to miss. And if you're looking for a previously owned vehicle, they've got some great used cars. They've got some in stock as low as $39.99, less than $4,000 for a used car. These deals aren't going to last. You need to act now. Get your hands on your dream car. Go out there and test out that technology. Technology is amazing in some of these new cars. Tired of the vehicle you're driving? You don't have to drive around in that car anymore. Go on out to Gwatney Chevrolet. Take a look at some of the deals they have in February. So James Street exit in Jacksonville. The website's GwatneyChevrolet.com. All the inventory's right there on their website. You can see all the deals, the rebates, the incentives that they have. It's Gwatney Chevrolet. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. Wes Moore and Joe Franklin with you on a Wednesday. Today is signing day. I've already been out to one spot. Josh has been out to a couple spots. Big day for high school kids. Got football players, volleyball, baseball, signing a national letter of intent, getting some scholarship money. I'm happy for them. Quad Sanders joins us now, head coach of the Bryant Hornets, the state champion Bryant Hornets. And you guys had a big day. Of course, you had a good team. It's got to be awesome, Coach, for you. This is kind of one of the payoffs of being a coach, watching a kid sign a college scholarship.
Man, yes, of course. Man, the goal is always to get any senior that plays any time for you a chance to play in college football if that's what he wants to do. You know, sometimes kids just decide they don't want to play after high school, and that's fine. Those kids still go to school and find their way. But, man, it's always awesome when you have a big signing class.
How many?
We had 10 total, and we got a couple still talking to some guys. So hopefully, man, it ended up being a 12 or 13. But today we had 9 to sign, and we had 1 to sign in December.
Coach, highlight some of those guys and where they're headed.
So we're gonna have Brian South over here. We got OBU. We got 5 going to OBU. That'll be our quarterback Jordan Walker, running back Myron Thrash, and our tackle Cairo Terry, along with 2 other guys. 2 linebackers, Ryan Reynolds and JT Allen. And then we got Jaden Welch and Carter Ratliff going up to Northwest Missouri State. Always a good place to be in the MIAA. We got our middle linebacker going to Southern Nazarene in Oklahoma. And I feel like I'm missing one. How can I forget? Eli Hill, our the 7A Defensive Player of the Year. He's going to Kennesaw. So Kennesaw got a real good one from a long way away.
How did that happen? Because, I'm a fan of his, and I think he can play – I think he can play anywhere. But how did Kennesaw State get him?
Well, unfortunately for Eli, everybody thought he was a little too short. I don't see how you can say a guy that's 6'1.5" with a 6'8" wingspan is too short for you, But we'll see. And so Kennesaw said they'll take a chance, So they came in hard and recruited him really, really, really hard. Could have been a UCA guy. UCA did a really, really good job of recruiting Eli. I wouldn't go without saying that. So if it doesn't work out there, I know Coach Brown will love to have him back at UCA to be kind of like that whole David Walker situation, because I think that's what kind of player he is. But they just did a really good job when Coach Matt got the job of coming in hard on him. And he fell in love with it after the visit.
What's the process like of schools getting in touch with you and contacting you to really get a feel for these players?
Lately, the coaches have been doing a good job of asking for my number. Usually, man, for some reason, we went through a little phase where the coaches would just talk to the player, and so sometimes you don't have no information. But lately, they've done a good job of just. I tell my guys to give out my number. I don't care if somebody said they're helping you recruiting. I don't care who it is. Just give it out. If it turns out to be fake, I can just block them. But I want every coach in the nation and everybody who's trying to help these kids get to college to have my number. So I think that's been working out pretty well. A lot of times kids hold on to that number because they don't want to give out your personnel. I don't mind, though. I don't mind.
What have you learned as a younger head coach about the recruiting process?
Oh, my God. I've learned that it's changed. I've learned that it's changed a whole lot. And we've been behind times, sort of, but dinosaurs died because they've been adapted. So you just got to adapt to the times. Social media is a big part of it. It's not like it used to be where you got to go out where coaches come out and they find the guy. You know, coaches don't go to 10 or 12 schools a day anymore. It's kind of spot recruiting. It's more position-based, so you got to do a good job of reaching out to schools to let them know what you have and try to get them in front of coaches. And so that's what's really changed for me. Put more effort into getting out in front of coaches, contacting coaches, getting out in schools, you know, just evolving with times with the social media aspect of it and the NCAA rules ever changing along with the portal. You got to kind of promote your guys as if they're the best to ever play the game.
How about players and the steps that they take towards that with putting out some of their highlight videos and maybe how that's changed in recent time?
Yeah, you definitely got to be proactive. You pretty much got to highlight everything you do. You know, if you go to a camp, you need to highlight it and let them know where you're going to be on social media. If you're doing drills at a camp, you need to get those drills filmed. You need to stay in coaches' inboxes or keep adding them on Twitter and any social media outlet that you got. You just got to keep trying to draw their attention. But I always tell them, all it takes is one. And I ain't talking about one that's going to draw the attention of others. You just need one for you to go play college football and then show everybody else what they missed out on.
Coach Quad Sanders down at Bryant with us on Out of Bounds. Coach, I got a friend down in the Houston area. He was telling me a story about a mutual friend, his son, and just, 6'4", 250, defensive end. He said back in our day, you'd have had all the Texas powers coming after him. He said these days, nobody's going after him because he needs to put on, 30, 40 pounds. He's not going to play next year. He may not play next year, but in 3 years, he could be a quality player for them. They're now going for transfers and letting these players go somewhere else. He said he may have to go JUCO. Are you seeing that?
Man, it's not really JUCO anymore. I think it's kind of hurt the JUCOs because now what's happening, high school kids, if you're not a top 5 dude in your state, then you're probably not going to get what you deserve right off the bat. So the Division II schools and the FCS schools come in, and you end up, while you're not a FBS player right off the bat, you could be an FCS player or a Division II player right off the bat and make a huge impact. And if you go do what you're supposed to do and you gain the weight and you get stronger and you get some college film and get some other college guys, then that's when you'll get the shot at the next level. And that kind of sucks for every program too, though, because now I'm doing the work for another college coach who could have took the same chance that I took. But it sucked, but that's the way it is now. So you kind of just got to go with the flow. Make sure you don't blow off anybody and don't pass up any opportunities, and then make the most of every opportunity you get.
I know you love the Bears, UCA, but in a way, you're saying, yeah, you may have to go to UCA, get that experience, and then if you want to go to the next level, then you can go to the next level.
Yes. And you know what, though? What I'm also seeing is now that's when if you're a FCS coach or a Division II coach, you got to find a guy who's not really into all the hype, a guy who's really a people person and cares about relationships, a guy like, we had Tamarian Wilson, who was a 3-time, 4-time All-American at UCA and had ample opportunities to transfer, and he just stuck it out there. He's going to get a shot at the next level. It's hard to find those guys, the loyal guys, and I'm not calling anybody else's kid disloyal by no means, because sometimes it's just a better opportunity to provide for your family where you can't turn down. What I'm saying is you do want to try to recruit the guys that will stick around for 4 years because that'll help your program in the long run. So it puts more pressure on the Division II and Division I AA coaches, for sure.
So you're seeing more FCS and D2 more so than like mid-major and group of 5?
Yes, sir, because the mid-majors can even go to the FCS schools, Mid-majors do get some big-time guys now, though, from high school that they wouldn't typically get because they would be freaking Power 5 guys about 10 years ago. So it's harder. And I'm not saying it's not hard for the FBS guys by no means, because they got to do their homework on the guys that come out of the portal. Some of them guys are in the portal for a reason, so they may not fit the right program, even though they're a heck of a player. So it's just a different kind of work. And then you throw in the money, and that's what kills the FBS programs. The money is all tied up now, so it becomes a money battle. So you got to get around those guys. It's changed recruiting in so many different ways. I think the homework is a lot harder. From every level, but for different reasons.
Quad Sanders with us on Out of Bounds, head coach of the Bryant Hornets. Coach, how does a day like today, having so many players sign a letter of intent, help your program, the juniors, the sophomores, the freshmen that see this?
I tell you what, I think we're going to run 40s on every signing day because we're about as fast as we ever been right now. I don't know if we can play football yet, but I can tell you this, our 40 times are way better than they have been in the past, and we've had some pretty fast guys. So we might just do it on every signing day. We get about 9 or 10. I think it's a little motivation.
They're excited. They want to be next.
Yes, sir.
1 year away. This is their day.
Yes, sir, no doubt. And I'm excited for him, and I hope it's their day. Hopefully we can get that signing class up. But, you know, you can only start so many seniors. If you start 12, I want to send 12. If we start 10, I want to send 10. If we play 16, I want to get 16 into college.
Hey, Coach, congratulations on today. I know you're proud about it, and I appreciate you coming on and talking with us a little bit about the Bryant signing class.
Yes, sir, no doubt. Tremendous group of guys, man. I'm looking forward to seeing them on Saturday, and I know they're going to go be special.
Quad Sanders with us on Out of Bounds. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll wrap this thing up. Fast day, fast show today. Fun. That was a good one. Well, if you want to jump back in here, phone line's open now, 661-1037. I'll check the D3 Auto Sales text line, too. If you want to text us now, I'll read it. It's Out of Bounds.
Bob Dylan, The Rough and Rowdy Ways Tour. March 26th at the Robinson Center. Tickets on sale Friday at 10 a.m. at bobdylan.com. Bob Dylan, live on stage. Show will start promptly at 8 p.m.
Hey, Danny, what do all women want for Valentine's Day?
Chocolate, roses, and jewelry from Robert Irwin Jewelers.
And if you spend $99 or more, you're going to get all three.
Do you have necklaces?
Of course we got necklaces. What kind of question is that? We got everything. Any necklace you could think of, all you got to do is come in and ask for it. Any price point, we got it for you. $99 to $99,000. Come see us. That's all you got to do. And we're open this Sunday, February 9th. Bigger, brighter diamonds, better prices, or online at rijewelers.com.
Lyon Legal is having their quarterly free legal clinic Saturday, February the 8th at the Lehman Library in North Little Rock. Lyon Legal provides 4 legal clinics a year to help you with many common life issues. Divorce and custody, sealing criminal records, debt defense, consumer protection, real estate issues, and simple wills and POAs. Please bring all relevant information and documents to the Lehman Library for Lyon Legal's free legal clinic. Saturday, February the 8th from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m.
It's Justin Acree. If you're dealing with back or neck pain, the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health is here to help. Whether it's neurosurgery, orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, or pain management, their experts have you covered with the latest technology and minimally invasive techniques. They're focused on reducing your pain, improving mobility, and getting you back to doing what you love. Call 501-686-TOSH to set up an appointment today. That's 501-686-8674. The doctor will see you now.
When it comes to sending last-minute Valentine's Day gifts, nobody delivers like Target Circle 360. Get the perfect surprise delivered right to their door with Target Circle 360's unlimited same-day delivery on orders over $35. Start with a dozen red roses, then choose from our delicious assortment of favorite day candy and more. Crush your Valentine's Day celebration by sending something to everyone on your list. Only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Are you annoyingly inattentive? Do you watch a movie and then ask a zillion questions because you weren't paying attention? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. Mattress Firm's President's Day sale is happening now. Get a king bed for a queen price. Save up to $700 plus a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or mattressfirm.com for details.
Gathering Spaces is showing up and showing off. This is Pat Bradley for Whit Davis Loma Plus. You want paint that stands the test of time and color that stays true. Premium, high-hiding, and scrubbable Valspar Medallion paint goes on as easily as it cleans up to give your home's high-traffic areas the beautiful, lasting color they deserve. You can find Valspar paint at Whit Davis in Jacksonville, Sherwood, and Greenbrier. One coat coverage, maximum durability. Valspar paint.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the Gwatney Chevrolet studio. Gwatney Chevrolet. Driving, trust every mile.
All right, let's finish this thing off strong. Get ready for Drive Time Sports. Greg's and Celine. What's up, Greg?
Hey, that's one about the Plain County guys. Actually, a Grant County guy.
Ah.
Walter Hicks,
Uh-huh.
Hunter Benton,
Yep.
and Brady Dillon played for Sheridan.
Yep. Got some good talent down there. I'm glad we could highlight Bryant, but I think we're going down to Benton for their signing day today for Fox 16. But it has been kind of cool to see some of these players and some of the tweets. I love the social media, these high schools tweeting out where their players are going and giving them those kind of props.
Yeah, I have any ideas where yet?
I saw where Walter was going, and I cannot remember. I do not remember. And I don't want to say the wrong one, but I remember seeing his name because he was such a good player and meant so much to the defense, and I don't remember.
And what about Brady Dillon?
I don't know.
Okay, well, good. Think they covered on drive time?
I can't predict drive time.
Okay, thank you, man.
You can call them and see, but
Okay.
I'm looking it up right now. I know. I'm pretty sure Benton, Coach Harris tweeted that out.
I hope he got a good. He's a good player.
Yeah, he was. One of the leading tacklers in the state, wasn't he?
Yeah. Leading returns, I believe, and fumble recovery.
All right, now it's starting to pull up. I'll look for it, Glenn, and if I can find it, I'll let you know where Walter Hicks is going.
That'd be great. I'll be listening. Man.
Nick Wright is signing with Hendricks.
that?
Bronson Coolis, the tight end, signed with SAU. Parker Glaze with SAU. He was offensive lineman. Luther Tucker, the running back, is going to Henderson State. Maddox Davis, the wide receiver, signed with Henderson State. And Isaiah Gibson, offensive lineman, signed with OBU. Walter Hicks signed with OBU. That's what I thought, but I did not want to say it without double checking.
Oh, good. Did he getting a free ride up there?
I don't know what kind of scholarship details, but he's getting something because he signed his national letter of intent. So congratulations to all those Benton Panthers.
I'll check with him.
Yeah.
And if you could, look up Brady Dillon for Sheridan for me.
Okay.
Hey, thank you, man.
You bet. Later.
Enjoy the battle.
Thanks, Glenn. Over on the Whit Davis Lumber Plus live fan feedback, we had a message from Lee, Joe. Lee says, let's ride with Arkansas State -2.5 tonight. They have been a cover machine here recently. Arkansas State has been winning by double digits and covering. Winners win, great teams cover. Isn't that the saying, something like that? Good teams win, great teams cover.
There you go.
Let's see. They've covered the spread. Oh, the last 8 games. Lee told me. They've covered the last 8 games with a few by double digits. Hope to see you guys Friday. Today is his 7th month of sobriety, but he can still eat at Twin Peaks. Me too, Lee. I can still eat there. Hope to see you there. Let's go to the D3 Auto Sales text line. Andy Reid has 2 of the best defensive coordinators ever, with Spagnuolo now and Jim Johnson with the Eagles. He's had some good coaches over the years. That's what we were talking about earlier. It's not just, and that was the interview we played. He doesn't have any nincompoops with him. He's got some pretty smart guys. surrounds himself with good coaches. TP in Little Rock says, this is the real TP West. Now just stop it. Losses to Oklahoma and Georgia at home are bad losses. They didn't lose to Georgia at home, TP. They beat Georgia at home. Losses to Georgia and Oklahoma at home are bad losses. No, they're not even, but they beat Georgia. But Oklahoma's not a bad loss. Oklahoma's a tournament team. Does Arkansas have a bad loss on their resume? LSU on the road? I mean, we could argue that. Yeah, that's a bad loss. But when you look at resume, if that's your worst loss, I mean, the other SEC losses are all against tournament teams. Now, you got to start winning some of them. I mean, you can't go 0-10, and they're not, because Georgia's a tournament team right now. Kentucky is a tournament team, so you got 2 wins. But you just can't have 2 wins over tournament teams. I mean, you go and beat South Carolina, and that's it. You got to beat other teams to get into the NCAA tournament.
Well, you win games, and that's a start. They began the conference season without winning games, so you have to win. You can't worry about what team you win against. You have to start winning some games, and all the rest will fall into place.
Well, you don't want to have bad losses. You can't have more like LSU. That's why you do kind of worry about the other team, like a South Carolina. They're bad. They're not going to the tournament. And TP finishes up, says tonight is not a big game because they're already out. They're out. But here's the thing. They're out right now, but they're one of the last 4 out, according to Lenardi. You win tonight, you move off that line from last 4 out. Maybe you're the first 4 out. They're that close to being in the NCAA tournament. Let me just say, do I think it's going to happen? No. But if they won tonight and beat Alabama Saturday, when Lenardi comes out with his rankings next week, they're in. That's how close they are. They're 2 wins away. Now, we can sit here for another 3 hours and talk about the possibility of them beating Texas on the road tonight and Alabama at home Saturday. But I'm just telling you, if they did that, they would be in. So it's not over with. There's still a chance.
Still a season to play out. 10 games left in conference.
Yeah. Thank you, Joe. 940 says the Mavs would trade Myles Garrett for Stafford. Yeah, that would be similar, right? Trading a young, great player for an older, good player. Stafford's probably got, what do you think, 2-3 years max left?
Maybe not even that, but yeah, he's somebody at this point in his career. It's year to year with him.
Mm-hmm. Brady, let's see here, 501. Brady Dillon is going to Hendricks. Thank you for that, 501. Let Glenn know. Glenn, I hope you're listening. Brady Dillon to Hendricks. Like those guys up there. Go Chiefs. That's from 501. All right. 573 also says Brady Dillon to Hendricks. Found it on Facebook. Thank you, guys. Appreciate the research while I'm on the air. I was trying to do my best, find some stuff on Twitter from Benton while he was on the air, and I couldn't get to Brady Dillon. It's tough. Anything else? One more on the Whit Davis Lumber Plus live film feedback. You guys might have already touched on this topic already this week, but I was highly disappointed to hear Bryce Mitchell's true feelings about Hitler and Nazis. This dude, yeah, that was very disappointing. I noticed over the weekend he put out an apology, sort of, and
sort of.
Well, and I say he. I do not think he wrote that. I think somebody in his team wrote that and said, "Hey, post this."
Well, that's fine though. I mean, as long as it got out there.
Does he believe what was written?
It could be too little, too late for some people and how they feel towards him. But the fact is, Dana White said he's not going to be suspended. He's still going to be allowed to fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he seems. I know he had his camo shorts and had a couple sponsors here and there, but I think he was more about just fighting and being who he is. I don't know if he's worried about the sponsor deals, but those are done. Fun day. And I hope tomorrow's a great day. I hope we have so much fun talking about beating Texas. Coming up on the show tomorrow's Thursday, Lee Sterling and Richard Davenport. Super Bowl picks from Lee Sterling. Join us tomorrow. But stick around. Out of Bounds is done. Drive Time Sports is next.
Have questions about retirement, investments, or your money? Call our financial hotline. Dial 501-381-5228 and leave a voicemail with your specific financial question, and our experts will answer it on the Get Ready for the Future show Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Get your financial questions answered by the